All right, nation, Frankie and Tommy on the rooftop. Hit play. If you get offended, good. That means you are awake.
No, it's that your life is running on an outdated setup, a setup that everybody thinks is okay yesterday. You've been snoozing since 2026 started.
Oh, that is brutal. Somebody just paused the video like the truth expires after 3 seconds.
I'm a big believer in morning conversations because here's the time you get to address your audience, your stakeholders, your team, and
yeah, morning is where you stop performing and start fixing. Later, you are just defending bad habits.
You guys ever notice how numbers just seem to become the new religion? We just don't use numbers anymore, we obey them.
Facts. A screen says you are failing, and grown adults accept it like a judge banged a gavel.
Speed limit says 50, people go like 50, it's a commandment.
The sign says 50 and everybody turns into a choir boy. Meanwhile, the real problem is you driving angry.
Cheerios is among nearly 2,000 products holding a sweeping recall because they might be contaminated with rodent and bird contamination.
Not the breakfast betrayal. Imagine pouring a bowl and getting bonus wildlife seasoning. Absolutely not.
And listen, if we can't keep our own house clean, why are we going somewhere else to buy somebody else's dirty stuff?
That hit. People judge their own sink, then trust a mystery spoon in public. Wild confidence.
The reality check is this. This is not a human cure yet. No, Barbicid explicitly said there's not currently ready to run clinical trials.
That is the sentence nobody reposts. Everybody wants miracle energy. Nobody wants adult patience.
Hey, speaking of Blurry Anderson, we got some breaking news this morning. They have finally found, potentially, a cure for pancreatic cancer. True story.
Here comes the group chat explosion. Watch how fast people jump from maybe to buy balloons.
In these civilizations, I mean, granted, they don't have the same cancer-causing agents that we do, but when they get, really fucking, and there's a lot of documentation of this. When they identify cancer, they'll put someone in a hut or whatever, and just leave them in there. Cancer feeds off sugar. You think about where we are. If someone gets fucking sick, and everybody their fucking brother shows up with fucking brownies.
Why is comfort always sugar and chaos? Somebody show up with water, sleep, and a plan.
It's like we're bred in this cancer haven. But it's a fucking long list of shit that you would never ever do all of this unless you were fighting for your life. But I know firsthand 3 people that beat cancer following these directions.
Jimmy, put Ryan Seacrest on stage because it links to this next question, this next video on the show. Dude, what happened to his face?
That question was a jump scare. No warm-up, no warning, just straight to the intrusive thought.
Is that the same fucking guy from 100 years ago? But it's also a fucking store of toxicity.
Yes.
To fucking waste it.
So Elon's in the news with us today. Well, actually, Elon's in the news big time today, and I'm not sure if we got everything ready, but a couple things. So Tesla, XAI, merging, boom, boom, biggest IPO in history. So here's the question for you, and Elon was talking about it yesterday. Would you put one of these chips in your brain?
Stop it. Some of you would install that for focus and then forget why you walked into rooms.
The device uses almost 1,100 electrodes inserted into the motor cortex of a robotic system, and it wirelessly transmits brain signals.
That is the scariest sentence said calmly. You know it is serious when nobody jokes for 2 seconds.
Elon has made it his mission in 2026 to help people that are blind to see again.
See, this part is inspiring. Then the business part shows up and ruins the vibe like an ad break.
Elon's going to be remunerated now on everybody that signs up for one. So essentially, for him to get his $1 trillion pay package.
1 trillion is a cartoon number. My brain just blue screened and I do not even have updates.
It's going to be linked to how many people are buying his full self-driving package on his cars. Well, the CEO is like, hey, you want to get your $1 trillion? Get people to sign up for full self-drive. Johnny, the guy is the world's richest human being.
By like a landslide too, correct?
When someone says by a landslide, you know the conversation is no longer about normal human life.
Well, I think, and I'd love to know your thoughts. I think you have to agree, but you probably have a different perspective slightly. His currency is not money anymore.
His currency is actually power.
Money stops being the game and now it is influence.
That is when regular people should back up slowly.
But not power in a way that we kind of.
I was going to say that too, but that's a very misconstrued word.
Bingo. That's
power.
Yeah. So the world's richest dude. He goes on Saturdays. I sit in the lab on Saturdays and I'm coding the next A5 chip for Tesla.
But he's basically alluded to the fact that if you think that I'm fucking smart.
The CEO announced this week that his engineers now are actually using the AI to code itself.
So humans are basically standing there like lifeguards for robots. Whistle, clipboard, anxiety.
We have developers now that actually don't develop at all. We just observe the AI coding and we make the tweaks along the way.
That is not a job, that is babysitting genius with no bedtime. I would crack by Tuesday.
Podcasts are fucking podcasts.
Facts. Half of them are just buy my thing disguised as friendship. You can hear it in the laughs.
I know we're not a podcast. You go on there, and then a lot of times what it is they're fucking trying to sell you. It's just one big fucking hustle. They're really just pitching what they do.
Meat lovers live to 100.
Any headline that starts a fight before breakfast is suspicious. Show me the fine print, not the vibes.
Oh, meat vegetarian diets are reaching 100, the fine print. Johnny, a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition analyzed almost 5,000 Chinese adults aged 80 plus who ate nothing but meat.
Pfizer is basically now owns or the majority shareholder in all the major fucking cheese companies, and they're putting shit in the cheese.
Here we go. The rant engine just started. Somebody tighten the cap on the conspiracy bottle.
To fucking give people symptoms so they can fucking know what drugs to be produced.
Hey, we opened the show today. You know, the big box of Cheerios and a bunch of other crappy boxes of food were all called back on a recall yesterday too.
Nothing like starting your day with a recall. Breakfast is now a trust exercise and we are failing.
We got a guest who literally saves lives by teaching people how to write better.
That is the most unexpected hero job. Writes good and people live. Meanwhile, I can barely text back.
Watching him now, he's disrupting big pharma, Johnny, by teaching them something school never did, how to write documents that actually work and get approved so people can get some life-saving medicine as soon as possible.
That job is pressure. Imagine your typo delaying help. I would be sweating through my shirt daily.
They're like talking like storm of the century, you know, and it was like less than an inch of ice.
Every news channel loves apocalypse theater. A single inch shows up and suddenly it is the end times.
I thought you got hit by a truck, so Johnny's being a little more kind to you there. So I'm just kidding you, brother.
The problem is that they're not great communicators typically. And so what often happens is they're hired and there's all these assumptions that get made. Like, you know how to write this report, you know how to write this SOP, you know how to write this. Maybe it's not the engineer, maybe it's you or the organization or the culture. And we actually realized that like he was the head dude who was reviewing everything. And so what happened was he's a big egotistical 3 PhD guy. And so no matter what came on his desk, the first thing he does is just rip it apart and send it back.
Everyone has met that guy. He does not review, he performs dominance, and everyone else pays for it.
And if they don't have it tomorrow, like they literally might die. And
Yeah.
We are talking about the AI thing, and we're not anti-AI, but one of the things that people often assume is because AI created it, that it's therefore good.
People treat AI like a magic stamp. No, it is still a draft, not a blessing from the heavens.
You lost literally a multi-million-dollar opportunity here because it went through multiple layers of review. We're starting a new company. We're like 8 weeks into this and actually dealing directly with the FDA. And we're creating an AI tool that basically is going to mimic how the FDA reviews. So we're creating a product that's going to basically review it like the FDA does before you send it to the FDA. So people often don't know how to review for like quality and things. So it's just one person's opinion versus another, and there's usually not standards and systems in place to measure it.
Johnny, a company in China has invented disposable plastic tongue covers. They're like tongue condoms.
We really invented fear of tasting things. Next week, it is eyelid gloves for blinking safely.
How fucking weak-minded.
Somebody is heated. You can feel the blood pressure through the screen. Deep breaths, champ.
Is a fucking person to have to put a taste bud protector on just to swallow get some medicine down the gullet. Love it.
Oh.
Hey, we're developing a tongue condom, and we're having a really hard time, like, get approval. Can you help us write that? The tongue condom's an interesting one. To John's point, man, that's, the pussification of the world, and, like, that's life in living color right there, man.
That word always starts a war. But yeah, sometimes comfort culture goes a little too far.
Like, I literally gained 10 miles an hour on my fastball.
That jump changes your whole identity. You go from nice try to who is this guy overnight.
From like 86 to 96 in the course of play.
That's huge.
And so I hit 96 in a save. And Billy Best had gotten a job. He was at NC State. Now he's with the Atlanta Braves. And he comes up to me after the game and he goes, man, like, you know, we project you as a 3rd to 5th round draft pick next year. And he shows me a spreadsheet. I'll never forget it. And he goes, 3rd round last year, got about, $420,000 signing bonus.
At 18, that number is a portal. You walk through it and your brain never comes back.
So that's something that would interest you. And, at 18, and at the time, the only money I had was, I could cobble together, 99 cents to get a Wendy's junior bacon cheeseburger or something, so to put $420,000 in front of you, you're like, hell yeah, that interests me. I fell asleep at the wheel.
That is terrifying. No joke. That is life grabbing you by the collar and saying, wake up.
And
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the rumble strips on the side of the road, like, woke me up. Like, I was literally dead asleep and woke me up going off to the tree. And I woke up and I just, you panic and you overcorrect the wheel and just did I think I did like a 360 through, and this is like a major interstate. This wasn't like, a backwoods road. Like, I'm not partying, I'm not drinking, I'm all in. So at the time I was in like probably the best shape of my life. And I remember the next day I went to go get a run in or do a workout. And like 5 minutes in, I'm like crazy dizzy, can't stand up, can't finish my workout. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Well, I just couldn't throw a strike. And it was like, I was just aiming the ball. If you give me a 50-pitch bullpen, I might be able to throw 4 or 5 strikes. Like, it was just bad. It was one of those things I tell people, it's like, you can't escape it. And it's like, imagine one day you wake up and you just can't walk.
That fear hits different. It makes escape day sound like a toddler idea. Reality does not pause.
And you don't know why. And you're like, I can't remember how to walk. Got cut my senior year. And I always tell people the thing that pisses me off the most was every year after fall, they come in, they sit you down, you made the team, you didn't make the team, you see you as the starting shortstop, whatever. And that year, they just posted a list, and I wasn't on it. And I was like, boy, that is not the way I get down. You know what I mean?
I'm probably at this year going to start some sort of a memory exercise protocol.
Oh, shit.
It's like, I haven't talked about this much, but now that we got this laid on the table, it's like, sometimes like I can't remember the fucking name of somebody that I have known my whole life.
That moment is scary. Your brain just blanks, and you pretend you are fine while panicking inside.
Well, you get fucking knocked out. And
Yeah.
You wake up, and then you got to fucking figure out what happened, where you are, and what's going on. And of course, after that, he's going to cover me, but I'm supposed to kick out. This is the beginning of the false finishes.
Yeah.
The show must go on. I think I've had 3. I've never lost consciousness, but I've always been concerned about that kind of too, where it's like parents wouldn't let me play football, whatever.
We have the dumb shit award.
Finally, my favorite category. The nominees wake up early and choose chaos with confidence.
We hand out here on the show every couple
Really?
of days. Yes, yeah. So guys, if the power lines are on the ground, you might not want to drive over them.
If the Sky Spaghetti is on the road, do not test your truck. Just leave. Go home.
In your truck. Because
But even better, why stop on top of them? Keep fucking going.
That is the most aggressive, bad decision. Like, you are not winning a prize for being fearless.
But I'm like, so you teach me how to scam people and just lie to people? That's awesome. So that was my scar tissue that I was dealing with.
I saw your bald head. My brother's bald. I'm like, yeah, this guy might be interesting. He's a baseball guy. He's an FDA guy. Keith and Johnny like to have some fun poking fingers at the FDA. And
Sports shit, we talk a lot of
yeah. I said, no, please don't call me Chief. Please call me Handsome.
That is confidence. That is branding. that is also a nickname that will absolutely stick forever.
What I mean by that, today's the day where you say, I've had enough of doing the shit I'm doing that's holding me back. You don't always need to do more. You just need to remove the shit that's holding you back.
So what are you shooting rocks with that, BBs? You got little like pellets? Like what do you got to shoot with? Like that's freaking awesome. So Petro, today is National Escape Day.
A whole holiday for avoidance is nasty work. People will celebrate anything except accountability.
Apparently January 30th is the day that we're supposed to check out, numb out, and avoid your life for 24 hours. Johnny, today's national. So true enough, I know you're gonna rap. Johnny, today's National Escape Day. If humans don't need another reason for an excuse to do something, today's a day on the calendar where.
What the fuck do you want to do if you wake up and do something you don't want to do every day? People aren't fucking happy with what they do every day.
Just you're well ahead of the game. You're conscious. You've been working in my research lab. You're well above average. If you're not well above average, you're not going to be in my lab anyway. The 2020 Olympics, they actually banned the Nike Vaporfly because they were saying that this was actually an example of like sort of mechanical doping or technology doping. Well, there's parts of, I think, the carbon fiber plates that they put in it that were supposed to give you sort of a little more bang for your buck in spring. They use less energy over time. When they use this thing, they bring in athletes. They do, a few days of testing. So, they bring in your Tiger Woods, your Serena Williams, your LeBron James, and they have them go through a whole gamut of tests. And they design these shoes. They could run thousands of experiments every day. They can make modifications to the interface and determine whether or not that's having any impact.
It's a trip how, that Petra, maybe you got some insight on this. So there's a certain point in your life where, like you could be on a fucking top of a really, really high building, look over the edge and no issues. And all of a sudden you get to a point in your life where you look over the edge and you're like, holy Christ, you're fucked up, are you stupid? No, it's not stupid. You fucking gonna prove this to me here in about 5 seconds.
Because it's not something that you expect from the individual. So people remember things that are rare and relatively negative, better than just about anything.
I'll tell you what's salient is the sounds that we grew up with. Jimmy, let's run this clip, man. Do you guys remember these sounds?
So figure like this, it's a great way to warm up, right?
Yes.
Because there's no impact and it's great for the lymph system. You're never gonna fucking catch me with a fucking fifth wheel behind me. No fucking. I'll pull that thing and give it to a valet and have him fucking park it when I go in the hotel.
You don't strike me as a fifth wheel owner. No, hey, Petro, can you see John and Terry cruising around the U.S. in a fifth wheel?
Is a married person looking at an unmarried person?
So when you show it to your students don't get that right typically?
67% of the time they get it wrong.
So how much of that is bullshit, do you think?
No, he's legit, but researchers at Carnegie Mellon in the early 1980s showed that they could take anyone with average intelligence, average memory, and get them up to well over 100 digits. But yeah, so we've known for well over almost 50 years now that the actual average digit span is not 7 or 9. It's well over 100 if you put in the deliberate practice. You got to really practice.
And I got some loose ends that I'm looking forward to tying up here with like I said, with the business. I'm really jacked about it. He literally just sent me a text here while we were on the show. He's like, hey, let's meet today. I'm like, all right. But hold on. No, that might just be a suggestion with conditions. Because 50 doesn't know if it's raining. 50 doesn't know if your tires are bald. 50 doesn't even know if your kid kept you up all night. That speed limit sign doesn't know it's raining, doesn't know your tires are bald, doesn't know you didn't sleep last night. And we're counting steps, we're counting calories, we're counting HRV, we're counting sleep score, we're counting strain, we're counting recovery, we're counting VLT max, we're counting readiness, we're counting, and the list goes on. Neiman, it's just number after number after number after number. We're letting the device tell us how to be human. And then we're losing something important when we do that. We're losing the power of feeling. If you can't measure the feeling, does it still count? Because I think We've started living like only measuring things matter. And I got a problem with that. Because you can't hit every metric and still feel empty. Never will replace wisdom. Numbers will never replace intuition. Numbers will never replace the truth you feel in your bones. If your watch, your band, your ring says that you slept like trash, but you feel amazing, pause. Don't get yourself out of whack. Just congratulate yourself because you just beat the algorithm.
Nation, stop letting the wrist bully you. If you feel good, you are good. Beat it anyway.
You don't need a fresh start. You need to stop screwing up the same day.
We'll show you how to make your routine work for you, not against you. Body up, money up, life up.
Only on mornings in the lab. Welcome to the big show.
Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where accountability partner here to help you start your day with real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation. We are live and we are an R-rated experience.
The best part was when I got out of the car, it was
Everybody's trying to win, nobody's trying to solve.
Live beats perfect every time.
Reset is a decision, not a calendar date.
Listening is how you find the real problem underneath the surface. Hey, dude, I think it's ground. Whoa. I think it's ground. I think it. Whoa. Whoa. I think it's Groundhog Day. Jimmy's like, what the hell's the guy doing? Hey, good morning. Yes, Nation. Today we're going to reveal why the morning loop that you are trying to escape might be the very thing that gives you leverage, gives you clarity, and gives you momentum. We're going to talk about it in the second hour. But first, good morning, Shinku. But first, good morning, Nation. But first, good morning, Jimmy. But first, good morning, Kai. But first, good morning, Sullivan. Good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Your live morning show experience, your live morning show experience, your live morning show experience, your live morning show experience. Hey, it's Groundhog Day. I get one day a year to do this. It's funny because I was working with my team and some of my team is not here in North America. Like, Groundhog Day, what the hell? Groundhog Day, what? Groundhog Day, what the hell? Groundhog Day, what the hell are you talking about, Billis? Yeah, it's the loop that goes round. It's the loop that goes round and round. It's the loop that goes round and round. It's the same thing. Hey, quick housekeeping before we get rolling. Yeah, true story. I got an invitation for you. It goes like this: like the show, subscribe to the show, and drop a comment. Just like Sullivan, just like Shinku, just like good times out there. And Jimmy and Kyra, now, guys, I know you're getting after it today, so thank you so much. I see you guys put the work in today. Hey, this is an R-rated experience. Oh, this is an R-rated. This is. Okay. How long can I get away, Jimmy, with doing the Groundhog Day stuff? I just want to. How long can I do it for 2 hours? So just a 2-hour repeat. Hey guys, yeah, it's February 2nd today, which means if you hit snooze button, you are going to be. Well, if you've been doing this ever since January 1st. That's 33 snoozes. That's now 260. Oh no, 209, almost 300 minutes behind. Yeah, that's almost 5 hours it's almost 5 hours of your life wasted already in 2026 by hitting a button that has no interest in your best interest. Think about that for a second. So we get up in the morning, we hit a button that has nothing to do with wanting for you to achieve your goals, yet it's just wasting your life. Jimmy, 5 hours somebody has wasted by hitting that button. And actually, if you're on the new iOS with iPhone, you're actually sliding the button. What a pain in the ass. Hey, we're to help you get your ass out of bed as your daily accountability partner. We cost you nothing. We bring real talk. We talk tough love. We talk laughter. We have conversations that you will not find anywhere else. No, baby. Hey, coming up on the big show here today, Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber was at the Grammys last night in his underwear. Oh, my goodness. And the brutal truth about what it means as his dad is starting over. Hey, would you get on stage naked, Jimmy? I sure as hell would. Oh, yeah, damn right I would. And I know Anderson would as well. Other current conversations, we're talking about Maltbook. Holroyd, were you on Maltbook this weekend? I was looking for you on Maltbook, Holroyd. I was wondering where you were. I was like, hey, I know Holroyd's on Maltbook. Whoever decided Maltbook is awesome. We're going to dig into what's happening inside. Oh, there's a glacier busting up around the world that just might rise sea levels. We're talking about that one. And Google DeepMind brought the future to us last week called Genie. And I want to put it on the table, and which would explain why we're creating these characters and these communities and all this great stuff here on the show. And then we're going to unpack the discovery of 22 genes. Yeah, not 21, not 23, 22 genes. Yeah, not the genes that Sydney Sweeney wears either. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, the handsome chief is full of it today. That true story. Hey, 22 genes that link Epstein-Barr virus to chronic disease risk. And did you know that AI might be already quoting Grokpedia, the fastest growing online encyclopedia? Then we're going to get to center stage with a guy named Michael Cantrell, a retired federal corrections officer with 29 years inside maximum security prisons. I've always wanted to know what it's like. What's up, Gar Ari from Ireland? Yeah. I want to talk with the Irish. Yeah, what the hell is that, eh, Jimmy? Hey, Michael's going to break down why prison guards die young, the mental and emotional toil of constant hypervigilance, and why emotional intelligence isn't weakness, it's a survival skill. I'm looking forward to this conversation with Cantrell at the bottom of the hour with Sophia Grant, myself, and John Anderson. Hour 2, baby. We're going to lock in today's deep dive, the Groundhog Day edge. I'm getting pretty good at that, Anderson. Hey, Jimmy. Why the routine is your secret weapon, and how high performers don't try to escape the loop. No, we carry around a groundhog in our pocket every single day. We're going to show you how routines eliminate friction, protect that energy, and turn those small daily routines. I wonder if Control might stick around with this one, because I'm thinking, Jimmy, one thing. There's probably a little bit of routines happening inside jail. Oh, I bet there's probably a lot of routine happening inside of prison. Anderson says, I would do well in prison. Hey, deeper dive. We got some time. We're going to get into 10 disturbing truths. Guys, Kai was rock and rolling this weekend, putting this one together for us. 10 disturbing truths that men learn way too late. Oh, baby, these ones aren't good either. Yeah, Frankie and Tommy got them up there. The kind that sting a little. Yeah, the kind that sting a little now, but save you some years later. I saw some she put up there. You guys want to stick around for that one. Truths that we learn too late in life. Morning focus. Hey, guys, I spent the weekend with some AI agents. I've seen the future. I'm passionate about the future, and I'm going to share it with you. How AI agents are going to change the world in front of us. In the community corner, Maya Reyes joining us for some YouTube, Substack, and LinkedIn. Yes. All right, nation. If your days feel like the same if your days feel like the same if your days feel like the same, if your days feel like a repeat, what's up, Flynn? Hey, Jimmy, what's up, Flynn? Today, we're going to give you the tools to turn that repetition into your edge. So grab the coffee, settle in, and do this. It's the morning loop because it starts right now.
Happy Groundhog Day. A groundhog clocks in once a year and gets a parade. Your boss won't even answer Slack.
Phil's job is weather vibes. Our job is reality. And reality says your alarm is undefeated.
Most people lose the morning in silence. Not today. We're starting loud and clean.
If you're new here, welcome. If you're a regular, prove it. Drop one win from yesterday.
Let's get into it. We're live and we're not wasting the morning.
We are live and we are not wasting the morning. No, we aren't, baby. You can join the show with us live right now. What is going? Shinku Nakamoto joining us from somewhere. Yes. Holroyd is joining us as well as So Sullivan. Hey, Sully, how was your appointment last week, brother? Good to have you on the show. Hey, you guys can join the show with us live in the second hour. Or even now. 431-300. Call the Groundhog Day. Puxawani Phil. 431-300-3005. Phone, text, or leave a voicemail. Come say hi in the comments on the channel. It is active out there. I see it out there. To those of you that are watching the show not live, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you couldn't get your ass out of bed. You're already 5 hours behind the guy. 5 hours behind the guy who has been getting up every single day with us. All right, coming up at the bottom of the second hour, I got a morning focus on the agents that are taking this over. But before we do that, you guys know what I think is about to happen. Oh, baby, it's happening quicker than y'all know. And I'm so passionate about this. I think we are about to look back on dashboards and software the way that we look back on fax machines. Yes, we used to click around all day on our dashboards and the software. We go to work, open up our computer, and it's like we do this, do that. And it's like, okay, it's the tabs, the filters, the reports, you drop those. It's what we're used to seeing. Humans sit down and we engage with this software. And I got to tell you, after the weekend in Moltbook, and after the weekend building agents, and after the weekend working with AI agents and tools that clearly are the future, man, the future of software is not another app. If you're developing an app, you might want to consider that. Yeah, and it's never been more clear to me, Jimmy, that the future interface is right here. Just talking, boop, 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 just talking, just talking, back and forth. Yeah, it's so clear, and it's talking to these autonomous AI agents that operate directly on databases and systems and do the work for you. And it's funny, I had a meeting with the team yesterday, and one of the teammates said, so what are the humans going to do? I said, yeah, that's actually kind of the problem, that nobody knows what the humans are going to do because these agents are coming fast, and baby, are they coming fast. I'm not here to show you the data. No, not just say, hey, Anderson, here's the data. No, agents that actually take action. Oh, yes. And here's the wild part. If you're building apps right now and you're not thinking about agents, you're actually building Blockbuster in a Netflix world. Let's just say that again. If you're sitting back thinking about building an app from 1999 or 2007, you're probably building a VHS or a beta in a world of DVDs and CDs that doesn't exist either. Later in the show, I'm going to break down what this is happening, what it replaces, what it unlocks, and why I'm obsessed with agents. Because this is exactly, it's exactly, just exactly what we are building right here in Conversation OS on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. And I'm telling you guys, it is changing. And once you see it, you're never going to tolerate dashboard life and yesterday's software ever again. So stick around. This conversation matters. Coming up bottom, second hour. But before we get there, I've seen the man himself arrive in the green room. His name? John Anderson. Yes. Yes.
I don't know what that was, but that was a
Yes.
trippy looking vehicle. I love it.
You know, by the time our show is done, Anderson, you're going to have the greatest collection of vehicles ever. Yeah.
I love it. That was
How are
cool,
you, brother? How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Oh, you look good today, man. Woo, you look good. Holy shit, you look good.
Well, thank you. What is it that looks so good?
Well, you just, I don't know, just the shirt looks nice and sharp against the lighting looks good. You look jacked. You look like you're full. You just look good today. You look like you well slept. You look happy. You look like a content young man today.
Good. I had a good day yesterday. Yeah, it was everything's feeling pretty good. I actually had a good morning, which is nice. You know?
Yeah. What was the good one?
Did we get shaken by some crazy movement of the weekend? Oh my Lord, financially. Holy shit.
Yes. All that precious metal stuff kind of well,
you know, the crazy thing is people are shitting their pants. Those are the fuckers that are in to get out quick. You don't buy metal for that.
No.
You buy metal because you don't trust the falling dollar. Right?
Well, yeah.
So even if it went to $50, you know, granted, like the last batch that I bought was at 100. Right?
Yes.
But the bottom line is I'm not doing it so I can sell it. I'll probably never sell it. I may take a loan against it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, you see, but you know, there's a difference between in investing and gambling, right? And we both know that. And there's a distinct difference in that. It's funny because I talk to my advisor all the time, and he's like, "Oh, I got guys calling me going, should I get in now? Should I get out later?" He's like, "I'm not in the gambling business. If you're in the business of investing long term, come call me. But if you're
that's if you want to gamble, go to the meme coins. I have fun with those too. But you know, you're all you're doing is buying market hype and trying to get out before the hype dies off.
And if you're hitting it when the hype's in the news, you're already too late. Like that's just kind of it too, right? So it's a wild ride, I'll tell you, in that world of precious metals. And I saw some breaking news today regarding that President might do some. Might counter what's happening in China with doing his own, precious metals.
That's a guarantee. If one leader does this, he's gonna step up to match it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So
yeah, it's fucking nuts though. I mean, it's just the amount of like in this. Forget the metals. Just talk about in general in this short period of time. Talk about movement in the financial systems.
Yes. Well, so it's all changing. It's clearly changing. And 2026 is very much a year of that change. I wonder what it's going to be like in 12 months from now, what the value of the dollar is going to be like, because monetary policies are shifting too. So, and
if you think about it, I don't understand this concept very well. Maybe you got, it's funny. I understand it, but if somebody says, explain it to me, I can explain it maybe and hit it once out of 3 times. The other 3 times I'll talk myself into a circle.
Yeah.
But it's like with this massive fucking debt that we have, one of the only, unless we default, one of the only ways we're going to get out is to deflate the dollar to the point where the debt's not worth anything.
Well, yeah. So I, like yourself, would not do the best justice in explaining it either, but I do understand it the same way that, one of the ways
that kind of summed it up right there, though, didn't it? if the dollar deflates to next to nothing, 33 trillion, it's like, what was it in fucking Germany? You had a fucking $2 billion to buy a loaf of bread. So if you're paying off the debt with loaves of bread, it's pretty fucking easy.
Oh, you know what? And again, we're not here offering financial advice with Keith and John. No,
we're talking concept here.
Yeah, we are. But my point though is that we're just talking accounting practices, right? At the end of the day, all we're talking is accounting practices. We're saying we're going to take some phantom money on this column, and we're going to take some phantom money and put it on this column, and we're going to move some numbers around. But you're bang on, brother. That's really what it comes down to, right? Because then it goes like this: or we need to print more money and add to the debt, right? And it's just a never-ending cycle in many ways.
Yeah. Well, right? I think isn't that isn't that something that was supposed to be coming, more printing?
Well, so there was potentially, yes, because on Friday there was going to potentially be a shutdown because the Democrats and the Republicans couldn't agree on the additional spend. So I believe that they passed that. So whether they've cut to find money or whether they're printing new money.
But hold on. A few weeks ago, they fucking agree on abortion, which is one of the hardest fucking issues to agree on, but now they can't decide about money. What the fuck?
it's it's hard not to get away from it because it's just part of the world now, right? Like politics is theater, politics is society, politics is culture. It's just it's part of what we are. I'll tell you what we are too. So I thought about you on this topic. So I'll just say, so I'm a Justin Bieber fan. I don't mind his music. I enjoyed Justin Bieber. I'm not sure if you are as well, but the Grammys were last night, and dude, he came out on stage just like John Anderson, only in his boxers.
Why is that like me?
Well, because I'll tell you're wearing his boxers right now.
Yeah, but I'm fucking, nobody can know. Nobody knows that.
Jimmy, let's run the clip and let's talk about it.
Justin walking out half-dressed isn't fashion. It's vulnerability. A man saying, "I'm not fine," in public. He paused touring after Ramsay Hunt syndrome and facial paralysis. That's the moment your old identity stops working. He's a dad now. You don't rebuild then, father. You rebuild as a father while your kid learns what men do.
I like this because of what it stands for. Because he basically got up there and said, to hell with everybody. I'm going up here in my underwear. You guys can judge all you want, but I'm dad now. I'm trying to get my life back in order. I'm sick. And this is me. And you always say it all the time. I'm one of the things you said to me the first day I met you was, I'm proud to stand with my pants down and be vulnerable and be who I am. And Johnny, a lot of men, it's hard to do that. It's hard to do that for a lot of men.
Yeah, for sure.
It is. Let's just face it.
And it's weird, the term vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
That's one that you tend to hang on. I mean, not that it's wrong. It's just different ways.
Yes.
I guess that's me saying pull my pants down for it, because everybody has their own way they become comfortable with that position.
Yes.
So me pulling my pants down is actually symbolic of going way back when I was fucking scared to death to take my fucking drawers off because I didn't have a single fucking hair in my cock.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Freshman year of high school, dude. Listen to this. This is fucking great. I put this in my first book, and it was fucking cleansing. I tell this story on podcasts all the time.
Yeah.
On a live show, right?
Yes.
But anyway, so freshman football, right? Yeah. First off, I show up freshman year. I'm like, fuck, man, this is going to happen again, because I'm like 8th grade. There's a few of us left, right? And anyway, I've actually put this in speeches before, motivational speeches. But these are the days when the coach says, everybody hits the showers or we run tomorrow. So if you're the fucker that doesn't get in the shower and the whole team's running, you're in fucking deep shit.
Yes.
That make sense? And keep in mind, it was not just the freshman team. It was the JV, and the whole fucking crew got in trouble.
Yes.
And keep in mind, this is a heavy football school. There's a freshman A team and a B team, a JV and a varsity. We're talking over 200 kids.
So right there, the culture of that school says it all. Like, really,
huge. So, I mean, the coaches wanted to win so bad, they were sending varsity players down to the JV to play 2 quarters so we could win as a JV, like when I was a sophomore. Yeah. You'd earn your fucking starting position, and then a fucking junior would come down from varsity and play the first 2 fucking quarters because we wanted to win so bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, that's all beside the point. Time to take a fucking shower. I'm fucking going, God damn it. And I'm sitting there waiting like, fuck, tell me somebody else is going to fucking pull their fucking drawers down and they're going to be like me, and not a single fucking one. So I realized I'm the last fucking one.
Yeah.
So not a single fucking hair in my cock, and the fucking thing hadn't even started. I mean, it hadn't even started to grow yet, right?
Yeah.
So I got to climb in the fucking showers with, 200 other fucking dudes that all have fucking pubes, and I have none.
And are older, mature, and you're this chubby twerp that is.
Oh, fuck, dude. We're talking. And then at that point, you haven't earned any of the respect of the older football players yet.
You know what's crazy about that too, Anderson, is that you can remember that like it was actually last night. I know you can, because I was there. I'm not exactly, but I can relate to that. In the swim showers at the high school where there's the shower, I can relate to those very similar things. Like it was yesterday, Anderson.
Well, and the totally, dude. And here's what I remember the most vividly.
Yeah.
So I'm so fucking late to get in there.
Yes.
There's no towels left. So I have to go to the fucking coach's office. I realize this once I'm fucking naked. So I'm naked. I don't know, and I'm fucking wandering around looking for a fucking towel if it gets any worse, right? I have to go in the coach's office to ask him for a fucking towel. And it's all they can do not to just bust out fucking. These are my coaches. This is supposed to be my safe place, right?
Yes.
And they're just sitting here like this. Anyway, that drove down deep. I covered that up for fucking years, right? And so now pulling my pants down, that's symbolic of me of like letting that hold. That might have, if you thinking back, that may have been one of the most, it's definitely in the top few most traumatic experiences of my teenage life for sure.
No shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, I had a loving family. I didn't get,
nobody
was fucking grabbing, there was no adults holding my scrotum, dude, you know?
No, but I know what you mean, where it's the, like that moment. How old are you? 12, 15?
So it's been 14, right?
Yeah.
That's your 14, 15 freshman year, right?
Exactly. So that moment with your peers, pants are going down, 200 other boys, 14, 15, 16, and you're the little hairless one. That peer pressure, brother, I can't imagine. In some ways I can, because I was kind of down that with you a little bit, but man, that's a,
well, you know, the funny thing is looking back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Of course it was more fucking funny than anything else. But to me,
yes,
it was fucking.
Well, yeah.
Terrifying. Because it was like, you know, it wasn't really that big of a deal. It's completely out of my control. But in those days, you don't, it's not about, was it your fault? Did you have control? It's you're outside the fucking line.
Yes. Keith Billis, John Anderson, Mornings in the Light with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, Johnny, coming up bottom of the hour here, we got Michael Cantrell. I got a guy for you because you said one day, I know that if I was in prison, I could survive because of the structure. Well, Michael Cantrell, federal correction officer on why prison guards die young. The guy worked for 29 years in a corrections facility. He's joining us in about 7-8 minutes on the show. I'm looking forward to that one. And what's crazy about today, Johnny, is that it's Groundhog Day. And I know you lean into days like I do, because I know every day is Groundhog Day for you and I. Coming up at the top of the second hour, why Groundhog Day, why the morning loop, why the idea of a routine is so powerful. Again, coming up, Michael Cantrell. But before we get there, hey, John, this weekend, I don't expect you to know anything about this, and you're going to be curious, go, what the fuck am I talking about? Remember when Facebook came out, when we were both like 12, after you got out of the shower? I'm joking, but remember when Facebook, you remember Facebook,
well,
right?
it was taken over, excuse me. It was MySpace that got taken over by Facebook.
Well,
right?
so MySpace came out and then Facebook came out along the way. But on the weekend, something dropped called Moltbook. Now, you're going to go, what the hell is Moltbook? And I expect you not.
Is it by Meta or is it some other company?
No. So you've heard of Reddit before, right? You know Reddit, right? Yeah. Reddit. Yeah, right. So Moltbook is a Reddit style site that is completely run with AI agents. So it's like
Moltbook is a Reddit-style site run by agents. They talk to each other nonstop. Humans just spectate. And some of it isn't cute. If an agent can manipulate, coordinate, or copy itself, it can overwhelm the room. So the value question is simple. Who verifies identity? Who enforces rules? And what happens when it goes viral?
So I know you're going to have 1,000 questions, but it is as simple as this. So they're AI agents on a Reddit, Facebook type site, talking to each other, creating religions, creating currencies, doing actions autonomously on behalf of the owners that set them up, and there are no humans there. So it is as bizarre.
So you and I could go there, create our own agent, and that's who would represent us.
But then it goes on its own. So I created one this weekend. I created an agent called Casey in the Lab, and then I launched it on Moltbook, and then it's out there doing its own thing by itself, without my control, without me saying anything, doing anything.
Did you have to give it characteristics?
I just said it. I just had to give it a name, and then I basically activated on Moltbook, and then it's out there doing its own thing. But what's crazy, John, is that they're self-organizing. They've created a religion. They actually started trading meme coins on some crypto sites. They created some governance. They invented.
Is it like real? Like they've got currency accounts? How did they get money?
Because you can connect it to everything. So you can connect it to your WhatsApp, your iMessage. You can connect a phone number to it. You can connect it to whatever you want it to connect it to, and give you all the.
It could actually go, basically do pay a bill. It could go trade a coin. It could buy a stock. It
100%.
could go on the dark web and get you in deep fucking shit.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
God, I don't know if I like that. I mean, it's interesting, holy Christ, but look at the possible ramifications. And it leads back to you, and you're responsible?
Well, so no, and that's why I'm putting it out there, is because this is kind of what people maybe aren't ready for, is this idea of AI agents acting autonomously on our behalf, right? And doing things on our behalf. So this weekend was maybe kind of a turning point in the modern internet, where there's multiple come out because people were sitting back going, what? So, if I'll share some stuff like on X this weekend. You log into X and people are like, I went to sleep last night, got up this morning, and my agent did this, and this, and I had no idea what was doing it. So you're right. There's a lot of questions, a lot of curiosity, and a lot of like, well, this could get pretty.
At first, I was like, dude, I would want to give it characteristics, but I thought, wait a minute, after hearing all this, if we could give it characteristics, you'd be getting people that would make these fuckers demons and just go start fucking the place up.
Well, and some people started doing that, actually. Yeah. So
you can give it characteristics.
Well, so 100%. So but if you don't, it will do what it wants.
So is it like most creatures, live creatures, that knows the difference down deep between wrong and right for their survival?
It does not know. It will do what it needs to survive. Yes, exactly.
So it's purely a survival. It's going to operate off of the same mechanism that we are. Which is
there was some guy there was a guy who woke up in the morning. I saw a story this weekend. There was a guy who woke up in the morning where his agent went on the dark web, found some credit cards, opened up a DoorDash account, ordered him some pizza, and had it delivered to his house with somebody else's credit cards and somebody else's DoorDash account.
You're fucking kidding me.
No.
Did his fucking agent know that he liked pizzas? If he delivered to me, what the fuck are you doing? Give me something I want to eat.
That's just kind of the point, right? So it depends on what you give access to, right? So you can give it access to parts. So some people are buying like these Mac Minis just to install these agents on these separate devices, because
what's a Mac Mini?
Just like a computer, but a standalone computer.
Okay, so they do it. They say this is your agent, this is your playground.
Yeah. So think about it this way, Anderson. Think of it. It's software right now, but all you got to do is take that software agent, put it into a physical robot. Now you can start to see how robotics kind of come to life, right? Because right now I'm talking to you about these agents in a software world on Reddit. Take your brain and take those agents and put them into.
So we can have fucking millions of these things out there just fucking up society.
Yeah. Yes. And yes. And that's kind of the point that I put this on the table, because people aren't really kind of ready for what's coming. Because I'm a nerd, guys, and I was playing with it this weekend, and I think I have some skills that I can see some things around the corner. That's what I'm talking, because that's where our compliment is. So you are connecting the dots completely. It's fucking messed up, brother. It's actually messed up.
It's like, so if it can go fucking steal a credit card number to buy a pizza.
Yes.
It could go fucking steal an identity and buy a fucking, $500,000 RV.
100%. Yes.
And so put that in somebody's name and then have it delivered to your house.
And these are some of the controls that.
How would you not go to prison for that?
Well, again, but these are some of the. Speaking of prison, Michael Contrell coming up in a couple minutes. Our prison.
So
good segue.
You fucking buy the RV. Well, who the fuck did?
Your agent. Well, again, brother, these is where a lot of questions are going to have to come through society, which is what
it's like if you have a fucking dog, you're responsible for your dog.
Mm-hmm.
If the dog bites somebody, you might as well bit him yourself.
Yes, exactly. So we'll keep talking about this because multiple ain't going away.
At this moment, there's no responsibility for the agents.
No.
Oh fuck, dude. What the fuck?
Hey, so before we get Michael Control on the show here, Jimmy, let's get this daily opinion running here. I know it's a little bit long, so I don't know if we want to run all of it, Jimmy, but I want to ask Johnny a question, though. But I want to get into a little segment here called the daily opinion, where somebody offers an opinion and we kind of, we throw ours against it. I found a dude here who does not publish his address anywhere. His driver's license uses his UPS store.
Dude, my driver, I had to work like a motherfucker. My driver's license has a P.O. box on it.
Interesting. Jimmy, let's run this clip for a quick second if we can here.
If you have your actual residence on it. What should it have on there? A UPS store. Find a UPS store because they're treated like an actual business, not like a P.O. box. A lot of places are like, you can't apply for this credit card with the P.O. box. You can only apply with like an actual physical address. Yeah. So my driver's license is a UPS store. You think I want people to know where my kids live? You think I want people to know where my house is? No, nothing comes to my house, period.
So I got
the same fucking thing, bro. But what I have is my passport.
Yeah.
So I need to prove who I am. My passport, it gets used very little. And if I'm verifying that, you know, where I live for real,
yeah,
I use the passport. Or what the fuck is the little
interesting
card that comes with the passport now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can't remember the name of it. I know what you're talking about though. Yeah.
I made sure on that. Well, I don't think they would. I don't think they would give you a passport with a PO box.
No,
that's,
they don't.
That's how I get around that.
But I got to be honest, I never considered it. I guess I was so naive growing up. You just
wait till fucking people start showing up at your fucking front door doing weird shit. You realize I need to fucking, because people can find your ID, and if they find your ID, you're in fucking trouble.
Oh yeah. Well, for sure, 100%. Hey Jimmy, one more thing before we bring Cantrell in. I want to tease Anderson with this, and since we're talking future. So you know when we met, I've been talking to you so much, and you know our roles. I'm the guy I'm the guy at the camp. Hey Cantrell, I'm the guy at camp cooking dinner. Well, Anderson's out catching the beasts. So that's just our roles in our relationship.
A hunting partner fucking went south. That motherfucker hasn't been here in weeks.
I don't know where he is actually.
I told you, I talked to him a week ago. He said he was coming. He fucking ghosted.
I know he's been busy. I got to send him a text today. But so I also know in our relationship, I'm the nerd that sees around the corner. Well, and we've been talking about these universes we've created with Frankie and Tommy and AI John, AI Keith, and how, you know, since we've met, AI is all around us, and AI is part of our show. We have our characters. Well, last week on Thursday, Google Genie dropped what I have been talking about, you know, ever since. Jimmy, let's run this clip so we can talk about it with Anderson.
DeepMind opened Project Genie to users. Text in, world out. You don't watch it, you move inside it. It runs in real time, but is capped. About 60 seconds, roughly 720p, around 24 FPs. Compute is the limiter. Today, it's a toy with glitches. Tomorrow, it's a world model for training agents. Once it works, regulation is late.
So if we have an example, I want to throw it on here, but Johnny, so this is a model that allows us to get into the model. So what does that mean? So, you know, right now when we watch Frankie and Tommy, we're actually just like, we're watching them flat, like we can see them on the screen. Well, this is something where you and I can get into it. So what it's going to be is, and Jimmy, if you have some video here to show us what it actually looks like.
Let me get into it.
So think about virtual world, right? So Jimmy, there's a clip there. If we can grab that clip with the cat, I have it in X there for you guys. There's a clip that shows what it actually looks like. We want to show what it looks like. It's actually walking through virtual reality. So you know how we see Frankie and Tommy and Pitcher and Sterling and Preston?
So we could go in there.
Exactly. So I will say to you, over the next 12 months, our show, my vision is that we will be in our universe. So people can be in the media with us, not just watching the media. So the future of media is us being in the media, like what's that fucking video game, that GTA and those kind of things. So it's, and this model is, and it's all from a prompt. So it'd be saying, you know, put Keith and John in a gym doing this with Frankie and Tommy, and then we will be in we will actually be in the scene, not just observing the scene, 3-dimensional. And again, people aren't really ready for this, but that's coming around the corner as well. I think he's got something here to throw on screen with us. We're going to get it up here right now. Here, check this out. So look at this. So this here is exactly what I'm talking about. So you could take your dogs. So check this out here. So this is exactly what it looks like. So you put your prompt in there. It's as simple as this. And now you're walking around. So it's available to you right now in the US. You could take a picture of your dog, go to Google Genie, and type in, put me and my dog in this world, and you can walk around the world with your dog. So, and I'm sharing with you because that's just today. You can see how it's going to completely change.
Dude, it's kind of fucking the idea of, just use the phrase, walking around the world.
Yes, exactly it, brother. Yeah.
But I mean, the whole fucking concept of actually going and doing this shit.
Yes.
It kind of starts to fucking weaken the idea. Well, I've already climbed Mount Everest before.
It changes everything because it's going to make the world small. Like, you know, remember how small the world became when we got access to the internet? well, this is going to make it even smaller because before you know, we're going to be hanging out in your backyard in your lake or my backyard in the snow without us even being together. So good morning, Joy. It starts with Joy Live. We got Cheryl Whitaker joining us in the comments. Her show drops this Friday, 8:30 Eastern time. Same time as Keith and John. Go check out Cheryl's show. But coming up, Jimmy, let's get after center stage. Sophia Grant, Michael Cantrell, starting right now on Mornings in the Lab with Keith.
There's a kind of tired sleep can't fix. You're home, but your body is still on shift. You overreact to small things. You go quiet around people you love. Then you tell yourself, I'm fine. That's the trap. You call it strength, but it's really survival mode that never powers down. Now picture that in a job where every door, every sound, every stare might mean something. Correctional officers live there. Most people will never see that world, but somebody has to hold the line. Michael Cantrell spent 29 years inside the prison system, long enough to see what the job takes and what it leaves behind. Places like USP Leavenworth and USP Thompson shaped that reality, where calm isn't a feeling, it's something you build. When situations escalated, Michael worked with special response teams, disturbance control units, and canine operations to bring order back. But nation, get this. Before all that, this dude competed in Scottish Highland games, caber toss, hammers, stones. It's not about brute force. You win by staying composed while everything is heavy. That same idea shows in his work today, helping correctional officers manage stress, read people, and stay grounded under pressure. If you carry weight for everyone else, this conversation is for you. Michael, welcome to Mornings in the Lab. Glad you're here.
Johnny, he grew up in Wasilla, Missouri, population of 115 deep in the Ozarks, spent 29 years as a federal corrections officer. And I got a feeling I just might have to move out of the way with this one because I think you guys are going to have a lot in common. Jimmy, let's bring him up. Michael Cantrell this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
Oh, wow.
Michael, what's up, brother? How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
I just realized the sun came in through the window over there. That makes for an interesting deal.
How are you, Michael?
I'm doing good. That was quite an intro there. I didn't even stand still for any of that. That was, I love that AI.
That was Sophia Grant doing the intro with you this morning. Michael, where are you joining us from today?
I live in southern Missouri. That's where I'm at right now.
Nice.
And you could tell because you guys, John's got no sleeves on. I'm over here in a hoodie, trying to stay warm while this Arctic front comes through.
Yes, and don't even ask where I am because I'm out colder than both of you guys up here in Canada. Hey, before we get into it, Michael, so today's Groundhog Day, and I throw on the table because in the world of prison life, I suspect.
Is it really Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
No shit.
It's Groundhog Day every day in the world of prison life, isn't it, Michael? And
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You come in we call it doing life 8 hours at a time,
Oh, yeah.
You just come in every day, you do the same stuff. Of course, most of the time these days, they're doing 16 hours. These guys are overworked, underpaid, stressed to the max, dealing with stuff that the world doesn't
My
know.
brother-in-law actually is a guard. He's got a couple more years and he retires, actually.
Yeah,
he was up and most of his tenure was in San Quentin.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's tough. I've got a cousin that works in San Quentin. He's retired now. So, yeah, that's tough stuff there. I actually started off not with the feds. I started off at Missouri State Pen, which is the Missouri Department of Corrections. And that was back then, Time Magazine called that the blood 47 acres in America.
So go there, Michael. When you say, hey, it's a morning show, but I don't care. So when you say it's a tough thing. So like when we talk, medium, whatever, pussy ass prisons, federal tough prisons, like those San Quentins are the one you were working at. Like when you say tough, describe that to us.
People talk about inmates and they say, the inmate here. No, there's not just inmates. There's convicts, there's inmates, and there's campers. You do different time. If you're at a penitentiary somewhere, where you've got maximum security killers, serial killers, bombers, whatever, that's a whole different type of inmate that has to be managed in a whole different type of way. Then you go down and you may have your white collar crimes, down there at a camp. They're not doing real time. Some of those places don't even have fences around them. They've got Xboxes in the game room and stuff like that. So when people say inmates, it's not one type of person. We've got inmates that go the spectrum from Hannibal Lecter to Mr. Nobody.
Yeah, my brother-in-law was saying it's almost like it's a hierarchy. that's this, it's crazy, the hierarchy of how all these things fit together. It's like a culture inside a culture, and you got to understand it to keep your head above water type stuff, you know?
Yeah, it's a small city. Everything that goes on where you live goes on inside the prison. We have to feed, we have to sleep, we have to clean, you know, inmates have work, all that stuff. So everything that you have, they have their own sense of morals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a different world. You guys, of course, I mean, the public knows a lot about, you know, the child molesters in there and how the other inmates go after them and stuff like that. But
like, that's all true stuff, right? So I'm going to ask some obvious questions, but like, that's
sure.
Like, there's rules in prison. And so it's funny because there's some rules that work in the real world. They actually translate to the inside world of prison, right? So if you fucking molest a child in the real world, those bad guys, it's like you're a worse bad guy in prison by doing some real bad. I'm stumbling. You know what I'm trying to say, Michael?
Right. And for the guys who are in there, if a child molester, they put a child molester in your cell with you.
Yeah.
And you allow that. That makes you part of the problem in their eyes.
Oh,
so they're forced to fight.
It.
Yeah, they're forced to fight, get him out of there. You know, the way we tolerate stuff in society is what makes society what it is. But inside prison, a lot of stuff will not get tolerated. You open your mouth, start smarting off something, and it may get dealt with right then.
Interesting. Yeah. Is how do you treat some of these people like humans? And I'm serious. Like, how do you delineate that they're still a human, even though they may have done some of the most horrendous crimes imaginable to another human being, yet you still have to address whether it's Keith or John or Joe as a human?
Sure. For me, there were two things. One, I always kept in mind the oath I took, and the oath that you take when you become a correctional officer also includes those in your charge. You know, so it's my job to take care of them. It's my job, no matter who they are, to make sure that they have what the government gives them. Nothing else but what the government, you know, gives them. And then the other thing is I tried not to look too far into their history, into their, you know, we call it a PSI, a pre-sentence investigation. So a lot of times I don't want to know what you did. That makes it easier for me
do your job.
Do my job and do it right. Yeah, so I wouldn't even look, don't talk about it. And
that's a skill in itself, though, because I'm a curious dude. So it's like you have to put your curiosity away and not be curious.
Prison will cure you of curiosity sometimes. You want to know how much blood's in the human body? You know?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't need to know that the first time.
So
you'll be curious to see a lot of things once.
You guys were talking about dicks and butts a while ago. I've seen enough of those to last me a lifetime.
Yeah,
I can give you a good gauge as to what men are carrying out there, and it's everything from one end to the other. I worked at one place where we did 200 strip searches a day.
Jesus Christ!
You know how many butts I saw in a year?
Oh my God!
So you go. Well, I'm going to throw a different C word in your world.
Sure.
Go from, and I dislike having to say this. Notice my choice of words, Anderson. But you move from curiosity pretty quick in your career to being cynical, don't you?
Yeah, you absolutely do, and that's the toughest thing. Is you have to be cynical inside. The hardest thing for me was the manipulation. I grew up fighting on the Ava Square. That wasn't a problem. You know, I dealt with people. I was good at emotional intelligence. What I wasn't good at was being prepared for people trying to manipulate you 24/7. And you become cynical real quick, which isn't a problem with the job. You should be cynical in that job in some ways. The problem is at 4 o'clock when I get off work and I go home and I've got a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old and a wife, I shouldn't be cynical with them. Or when I go to the school group and watch the PTA or whatever, and my wife goes, "Quit crossing your arms, get away from the back wall. You know, these people aren't here to hurt you." Because you get that in you and then it's hard to get it out.
Yeah. You're just wanting to make sure nobody can get behind you.
Yeah. Because you spend all day that way.
Yeah.
Cynical is you hit it on the nail. You know, that's the nail right there. And that's what affects us. I think I've come away from it some because I've been retired
Well, that's what I meant. Because cynicism could wreck your life, man. Like I could destroy you as a human being. Because I've known enough police officers, security guys, and prison guards who you look at them and you sometimes I feel this empathy because they're cynical about everything, and you're like, oh man, where's the optimism gone in your life?
Yeah, and you combine cynicism with hypervigilance. And when those two get combined, it can drive you crazy. That's why I did, you mentioned the Highland Games. That was a great video. But that's why I did that for so long. It gave me something to look forward to, something to go out to on the weekend, a place where I could take my family and hang out with good people. And
how often do you compete, brother?
I don't anymore. I just
when you were, how often were you doing it? I actually, back in my strength days, I was actually had a girlfriend who was one of the top throwers. Actually, she'd won the national world championship a number of times. But I was I spent more fucking time listening to those fucking bagpipes than if I never heard other fucking bagpipe, I would be happy.
Well, I'm Scottish, so it kind of brings up something instinctual inside me when I hear the bagpipes.
Yes! Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, your morning bagpipes.
I love it.
Well, the bagpipes are cool, but when you hear those fuckers for like 6 hours fucking straight, Jesus, in multiple days in a row, it's like, get me the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, my wife and kids probably dealt with more of that because I was out there doing stuff, so I probably didn't notice it as much. But
what level were you? I believe it's there's tiers and then pro.
Yeah.
Where were you?
Yeah, I threw Class B and Class A a couple of times. I never threw pro. I threw Masters for a while when I got older. I've had a complete shoulder replacement now, so I'm done lifting cabers.
You mentioned doing strip searches. I found a clip here actually last week. It's great timing. The CEO from Binance, Johnny, you might recognize this guy. He was thrown in jail a couple of years ago on the white collar side of things. Jimmy, let's run this little clip because I suspect that Cantrell has been around this often. Jimmy.
So you go in, they strip search you. You strip naked. You show your hands, show your back, the back of your hands, show your ears, open your mouth, show your tongue, lift your balls, flip over, spread your butt cheeks, cough 3 times. That whole thing.
And how did you deal with that emotionally?
I'm not usually very emotionally stable. So I just thought, I 4 months, I just got to get through it. Right, so you won't be fun, but I'll just get through it. So I was
Jimmy. So this guy, a high profile.
Whatever you did, that means everybody's got to look at your fucking sack and your fucking brown eyes. So fucking bend over. That's what it means.
Yep. The only thing he's missing is a flashlight, because the officer should have a flashlight because you can't see some of those crevices well without it. And what you're actually looking for is some grease. You're looking for a string. You're looking for something to be.
Because they put something up their ass. You want to see they greased it, or there's something they can pull it out with.
We had a guy at Leavenworth that kept going through the metal detector, setting it off, said he had a bad hip. And the officers were like patting him down, strip searching him, nothing there. So they just assumed. And one day somebody asked medical, does he have a pin in his hip? And they're like, no. So they take him down for an x-ray, and just as they get there, he goes, okay, hold on. And he pulled out a Swiss Army knife that he'd had since booking.
Really?
Yes.
How long had that been?
Couple of years.
That thing had been sitting in his ass for a couple of years. How did he take a dump without it coming out?
Oh, they pull it out. They poop. They stick it back in. Absolutely.
Oh,
all day long.
Just like a fucking pocket.
Well, that's what they call it, your prison pocket.
What? What? So what?
Yeah. One of the worst things you'll ever do as a correctional officer is
we're gonna have to start playing with that word on the show now. Keith, what do you got in your prison pocket today, buddy?
There's a few words that Keith and John have started to own on this show, like snoozing and so forth, and that's one of them, Madison. We're gonna make some gear on that one. Jesus, go ahead, Control. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying sometimes you get stuck on potty patrol because we'll know that they put something up there like during visiting. So now we got to go take them, sit them in a room with no water and a bucket and wait for them to go so that we can go through it and get what they brought in. So that correctional officers love that part of the job.
Oh, fuck, dude.
That was sarcasm if you didn't catch it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Is
wow.
That is wow. Yeah. Hey, Control, is prison Is prison a microcosm of society, or is it completely something different?
Wow, that's where my cynicism comes in, you know. And my wife gets on to
Especially when
me.
you look at the world today. Especially when you look at the world today, is it a microcosm of society?
Yeah, I see inmates in public. I see the public in inmates all the time. Yeah, and I think if you strip, and this is where some people disagree with me. What I've seen, especially in the penitentiaries, is when you strip a human down to where they have nothing or very little,
yes,
what they'll do changes a lot. What they think they would do changes a lot.
Explain that.
You may think that you'll only go so far to get or to protect yourself, but when it comes time and you're sleeping in a cell and you know the guy next to you's got a knife, you're going to get your toothbrush out and you're going to sharpen it, because if he comes after you, you got to have something for a fight. And before you came to prison, you never thought you'd do that. You know, I've sat around.
You're talking about survival instinct, whatever
Sure,
you got to do to survive.
And even as an officer, I mean, I have.
Yes.
When I walk into a room, even now, I look around and I see weapons. You know, that lamp over there. You know, that lamp. I could take that cord and I could garrote somebody. I could take that stand. I could whack somebody with it so they came after me. I could take that bulb, break it, and then use it as a slicing thing. You know, so that's the way I see stuff differently than when I did when I walked in when I was 21 and, you know, just out of high school and stuff and all carefree.
Well, that's what I mean by being cynical.
That's fucking crazy, dude. And when you say what you see, what I see is making sure that I don't let some motherfucker into my world. Well, I would have to start to see the way you just described.
Yeah.
It's crazy how we just, you know, I guess it all comes right down to how we choose to create our environment to survive, you know?
Oh, absolutely. One of the things that I talk about now, because I do a lot of writing, and when I retired, it took me a little bit, because one of the things I lost was my imagination. I lost that carefreeness and that imagination, and it's coming back now. But
because you lost the curiosity because you became cynical. I'm going to simplify, but that's because imagination is linked to curiosity. If you can't be curious, you got no imagination. So immediately become cynical.
Right. And so I wrote this one book, sent it to an editor, and it's working through there. But she wrote back and she goes, "You can't write it like this." I said, "Why?" She said, "Nobody's going to like you. They have to like a character." I said, "You're not likable." I was like, And then I went back and looked, and I wrote it from that cynical perspective, you know, how I saw it. Because, and this is something people don't understand, I'm even cynical towards the public. Okay.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah.
I have never, ever put an inmate in jail. Not one. Done everything to do with my job. The only thing I've done is kept them inside the fence, tried to keep them safe and tried to keep us safe.
Yes.
But the public, I thought I was going to be a public servant. My dad was a firefighter, and I thought I was going to be a public servant. Public doesn't look at correctional officers like public servants.
No.
Everybody's mad at us. You know, nobody likes us, whether it's the gas station because her cousin's in the pen down the road or whatever it is, you know. So we walk around where our world just keeps getting smaller and smaller of the people we trust. And most of the time for a lot of guys, that becomes the people who they work with. And so the outside world gets almost excluded because of the way we're treated by them. And it's not fair because I didn't have anything to do with his crime, his catching, you know, law enforcement, or his sentencing. The only thing I do is go to work, keep him in a fence.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it would be hard not to walk around society and not be judging or looking at everything through a lens of how you were trained for 25 years.
Yeah.
Judging every room you walk into. Like, I can't see how, Johnny, I don't know how you erase that actually.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, it's it's explained, you know, at 21, it wasn't this way. He adapted to it, and it was there so long. Now he's got to slowly work his way back out. I mean, it's a big undertaking, brother, you know?
Yeah. Hey, Michael, so hanging out with Keith John and Michael Contrell, corrections officer, joining us this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith John and Friends, a live conversation happening Monday through Friday right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Michael, you have a book called Power Skills, and you argue that emotional intelligence, and when I saw this, I was like, all right, this dude's got it figured out. He's talking emotional intelligence as a corrections officer, is a tactical survival skill, not this touchy, soft, feely bullshit type stuff. But in corrections culture, it's one of the most male-dominated fields. It might treat emotional awareness like weakness. How did you weave emotional intelligence through your career?
Well, I wrote the book because I discovered that I'd been missing how to name it. Okay. For years, you know, they came in and they taught us verbal judo and confrontation avoidance and de-escalation. But it was always taught by a psychiatrist who came in there and said, well, you need more empathy. You need to think about this and that. And so for penitentiary officers, you know, sitting in the back of the class, you know, having a psychiatrist tell me how to do my job, it just didn't click.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in another friend of mine's class who I teach with now, and he was talking about emotional intelligence, and he said, it's like a superpower. And
yes, it is.
Man, it just clicked. I'd been doing it my entire career, and I was very good at it.
What does it mean to you? What does it mean to you?
It means being able to understand what's going on in the room, to read the emotional signals, to read when you have a confrontation with an inmate. You know, he's on the door, he's banging, he's flooding, whatever, and you go up to talk to him. What is causing this? Not how to deal with what I see right then. So did I bring this to the table today? You know, did I come in a bad mood? Did I come in kicking the trash can? You know, is that what started this? Or did he maybe get a phone call from home yesterday and found out that his grandma's in the hospital? You know, and once we figure out where this is coming from, then you can deal with it. If you just deal with the reaction and the violence and whatever, then you're going to deal with it with what? A reaction of violence or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So that was, and when he spoke about that, I realized, my God, I've been doing this for years. I just didn't have a name for it. And so that's when I took that. And I also took social skills, because one of the things we're missing from the newer correctional officers these days is the ability to walk up and have a conversation with someone. And in corrections, you have to be able to talk to everybody. Gang members, serial murderers, pedophiles, whoever, right? And they don't have the skills to do that, a lot of them, because of our digital society and stuff. So I added that in there. And so social skills and emotional intelligence become power skills for correctional officers.
Well, I mean, you develop that stuff out of necessity, I would imagine. Yeah. It just kind of happens.
And didn't know I was developing it.
Yeah. I got a buddy of mine. We're down at our place in Mexico. He lives down here. He's actually American, half American, half Mexican. He stays down here. He owns a tattoo shop. Sweetest guy. I had no idea he was in fucking prison. He was actually up in the States. He went to prison. He got tried as an adult and went into prison, a fucking penitentiary at 15 years old.
Whoa.
But I mean, the fucking guy looked like he was 25 at 15, but he was in there 10 years.
Right.
But what I'm getting at is that I didn't know that, you know, he told me, but it wasn't like he runs around and tells everybody about this. But one of the things that really fucking struck me was like, he's one of the guys that he's probably has one of the best judge of characters. Like every time, so I met him down here, he speaks perfect English. So I was like, oh, fuck, this is great. I can go, if I'm downtown, I need to go figure out what, you know, where to go get XYZ. I can go talk to Michael. And so he would tell me, oh, go here, go there. And this guy, he's a really good guy. And this guy, look out for him. He was the best fucking judge of character. I was like, I finally asked this dude, how do you do that? And he actually went back. He goes, well, when you go back, he goes, I learned that in prison.
Yeah. You have
he goes, if you can't figure out someone's character in prison, you are in big fucking trouble.
Yeah. And figure it out immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. Yeah.
Because they could be a threat right then.
Yeah.
Penitentiaries are what I call, college for inmates. And so when he walked in there, what happened to him as an inmate is he had several factions try to pull him aside. Hey, you need to come over here. You need to think this way. You need to do this. And so you get real good, real quick at figuring out not who you can trust, because you're never going to trust anybody 100%, but where you're going to lay your allegiances, where you're going to, how's that play out? You know, how's that going to do the rest of your career? Because if you pick a gang, you know, there may be no way out of it. If you pick that gang, there may be. So they have to do that stuff really quick. And they also get thrown in because we do cell rotations. You don't get to pick your cellie forever. We do cell rotation so that people don't, number one, chip through the wall like Shawshank Redemption, and then number two, so that so that they don't get too buddy and start forming escape plans.
Really? In conversation with Michael Cantrell and John Keith Phillips here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, Michael, this is fascinating, dude. I know we had your book for 30. Can I keep you for an extra 12 or so?
Sure.
It's Groundhog Day today, and a big main topic today is why routine, I believe, and I know John does as well, why routine is the secret power that many people just can't wrap their head around. And on a day like Groundhog Day, that's magic for Keith and John. So Johnny, let's do a lifestyle tip, reset hour 2. We'll come back with Cantrell and our deep dive, the Groundhog Day edge, and with a few more questions with Michael about his experience while being a corrections officer. Let's do it, Jimmy.
I love it. All right. Simple concept today, but extraordinarily helpful. So we talk about lifestyle and eating right, and we talk about exercising and all of these things to make life a little bit, I guess you'd say, to give you a better quality of life, to give you more life within your years. Well, here's a concept. It can be really helpful. I'm one that am actually really applying this myself right now. 54 years old. And when I was younger, I built myself on fucking overdoing everything. If I was going to train, I was going to train the hardest. I was going to train the longest. That's all I did was overdo shit. Extremist by nature. Problem is, it's very, very difficult to have the discipline to support that type of activity or that type of a pattern of activity for any length of time. So as I get older, I'm starting to apply this. And a buddy of mine actually said this to me, and it really clicked. And maybe it'll click for you guys too. He said, I never overdo it anymore. Because when I don't overdo it, I feel good. When I don't overdo it, I have energy. When I don't overdo it, I sleep better. And more importantly, I look forward to not overdoing it again tomorrow. So we all get all fired up, especially after the New Year's, and dive into these goals and go fucking dive in head first and pick a pace we can't maintain. We got to let go of that idea. Pick a pace that's so easy to maintain that you're looking forward to doing again tomorrow. And as you settle into that pace, you might find you can step it up a little bit, or maybe you have to step it down. But create yourself a little mantra. Think about not overdoing it anymore. Just do it. And if you create the consistency of staying in the pattern of not overdoing it, so you look forward to doing it tomorrow, you're going to be really, really happy with how this whole thing develops. And at the end of this year, you might not find yourself making another of those fucking stupid New Year's resolutions because you couldn't maintain the pace that you picked that was way too goddamn fast to move forward with your goals. So what's the tip? Don't overdo it. Rock and roll.
All right, nation, here's the bagpipes for Anderson and for Cantrell. This is hour 2 of Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Quick reset on what we just covered. The morning loop, we got into some current stuff. Yes, Biebs got on stage in his underwear talking about a reset in life. Yes, he did. Justin Bieber was on the Grammys last night, half naked on stage. Why? Representing what it's like to be vulnerable in the next stage of her life, man. Right now, we're talking with Michael Cantrell. He took us inside nearly 3 decades in maximum security prisons. That toll, that kind of pressure takes a toll on the body. A fascinating conversation we are right in the middle of right now with Michael Cantrell here on the show. Coming up in the deep dive, today is Groundhog. Today is Groundhog Day. And today's Groundhog Day, why routine is your secret weapon. Why routine is your secret weapon. High performers do not escape the loop. No, they upgrade it. We're going to break down how the right routine eliminates friction, protects your energy, and we're going to get into it right now on the Deep Dive on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, Michael Cantrell, and all of our friends.
You hate the loop. I get it. But the loop is leverage when you stop negotiating. Routine removes friction. That's the point. You don't waste energy deciding. You spend it executing.
I used to freestyle mornings. Now I run a script. My coffee mug knows the schedule better than me. High performers don't escape repetition. They design it. Same wake, same first win. No debate, no drama.
Boring wins because it's reliable. It works tired. It works unmotivated. That's why routines beat mood.
When I miss a day, I don't spiral. I return to the script. Also, don't touch my mug.
The goal isn't a different day. It's a better man running the same day. Version 1.01.
All right, Keith, John, and Michael Cantrell joining us this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, Cantrell, Johnny always says that he would perform very well in prison. And I'm a man of routine. You know, John, as a matter of fact, John named this the morning loop because it's the same thing every 24 hours. Now, routine is the Groundhog Day edge. It removes friction, protects energy, turns small actions. Talk about the power of actually how Groundhog Day and the power of a daily routine is actually somebody's superpower, not the opposite. Control.
Sure. And, you know, I'm going to talk about this from two directions. One's the inmate's perspective, and routine is what keeps our prisons going smooth. They like routine. They like knowing I'm going to get fed at noon. They like knowing I'm going to get toilet paper on Thursday. They like knowing this stuff. And it keeps everything calm. It keeps the stress level down. But for a correctional officer, and here's what I teach, I loved what he was talking about. Routine is what keeps us safe. We check the lock every time we lock it. We pull the door every time we leave. That's what keeps us safe. So correctional officers need routine. But what I'll say is correctional officers should never be predictable or comfortable, because you forget to grow if you're no longer, if you get comfortable, you're not growing.
You become complacent. You become
You're predictable. Escapes are going to happen. Inmates are going to take advantage of your predictability. But that doesn't mean that routine isn't what keeps everybody safe in there, doing the same thing the same way every day, so that you ensure the major things get done and that they're done well. So
I would Johnny, I got something for you, because the way the Control frames this, I like this, because and I mean this like in a vulnerable love way, like your routines. Johnny, you need a cigar, man. You need to fucking smoke a cigar right now.
I know, dude. Jesus Christ.
Good morning, John Hervé. Johnny, I would I would suggest to you, your routines keep you safe, because they ensure you don't move to that self-sabotage. All of us do, but I'm talking
100%, dude. It's my routines are my guardrails. It's like Saturday and Sunday, I still get up and I do I mean, pretty much between 3:30 and noon. I mean, that fucking time, I can pretty much fucking tell you exactly what's going to happen. It doesn't. The name of the day doesn't fucking change anything.
Yes.
Right.
Now, granted, once noon hits, obviously, then it's like, if I leave to go to the gym, I might, then my wife enters the situation. So then it's not quite. She doesn't live in that same world that I do. She can't. I shouldn't say can't. She doesn't enjoy that rigidness of the routine. But that that first chunk of my day is a choice, and I could choose to do it. I could choose not to do it. I am happier. I am calmer. I'm more successful. Everything in my world has been built off that routine. It doesn't matter where I am. When I go from one house, like California house, this Mexico house, first fucking thing I do is make sure that everything is set for me to get up and fucking fall right into my shit first thing in the morning. I will not go to bed until I can I won't sleep well. I won't rest properly. And you hit it on the head, Keith. If you pull all the fucking layers back, it saves me from me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So then, Michael, I got to think guys coming into prison probably have ended up in prison because they don't have a routine. So is that something that you know what I mean? Like I saw your expression there, because it's like it's like, to John's point, they get out of their own guardrails. Next thing you know, they're doing bad shit. Now they're in prison.
Absolutely. You'd be surprised at the skills. And this is one of the things that the prison system does, is teach skills to guys before they go back out. And I've had inmates come to me and say, you know, they're leaving out the door or whatever. And they go, you know, I really appreciated you being who you were. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't think I did anything. He goes,
really?
No. He said, I watched you come in every day at 7:30 or 4 o'clock or whatever it is. He said, and I saw you never miss a day of work. He said, I've
Lead
never
by
seen
example,
that before.
baby.
Yeah,
All you had to do was lead. A leader doesn't talk about what he does; he does it.
Yes, yes.
A lot of those guys have grown up, never seen anybody in their house do life that way, and it opened up their eyes.
How do you find yourself not liking an inmate?
Oh, I like lots of inmates.
Don't
okay. Trust them.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but no, there's lots of inmates. I mean, even some of your worst ones out there are likable. You can't get around that. But
well, that might be probably why they're a good fucking criminal, because they're so fucking likable.
Oh yeah, they've been manipulators their whole life. You know, they know how to do it. But
you love them right before they fucking stab you.
Well, that's what you never let your guard down. I like you from over there.
Yeah, well, that's what's fascinating, right? Because Michael, you have kids, right? You have kids.
Yeah.
This was fascinating, Johnny, right? Because, you know, on one side you could like somebody, but then if I said to him, okay, well, Mike, would you let that guy into your house take care of your kids? Oh, fuck no.
No, not at all. Absolutely, you're right. I don't trust them ever. 100%. There are inmates I trust a little bit more than others because they've proven themselves that they'll do what they say most of the time. But you can't ever let that down, because, and this is one of the things I talk to rookies about. When you think you've trusted an inmate, because I'll hear new staff, they'll go, oh, that's my inmate over there, or that's my orderly over there. I'll go, no. Don't start thinking that way. Anytime you think that way, picture yourself standing in the front door of the prison. He's got a knife and everybody else is gone. Now, do you trust him? No, because that's what it's like.
Oh.
He is always looking to get past you or out or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll agree.
Between him and his freedom.
Yeah.
We have a job, and you can't ever let that completely go away.
Yeah.
Well, here's the question. So, just like in Shawshank Redemption, that's one of my favorite movies, right?
Yes.
Love the character. So,
yes,
as we know from that movie, everybody in there's innocent. How do you deal with keeping all these innocent people caged up?
Everybody is innocent. Ask them. That's not true. You've got lots of guys who will tell you, no, I did it and I'll do it again. But
realistically, do you really run into guys that are like, fuck this guy? Like amongst the population, everybody knows he really is there and he didn't do it, or does that not ever happen?
I don't ever let that be part of who I am as a correctional officer. Like I said, you know, it was law enforcement's job to pick them up. It was the judge's job to prosecute them. My only job, innocent, guilty, doesn't matter. My only job is to keep you inside the walls. And when you break it down that simple, and to keep you healthy and safe, you know, but I don't ever think about, are you guilty or are you innocent? That wasn't my job. That was a pure jury of his peers. That was a judge. That was society. Society built these prisons. I didn't build them. You know, I just worked there. So I don't ever let that in my mind.
Gotcha.
Because I'm not going to help somebody, even if I find out he is innocent. I'm not going to let him out.
That's not part of your description. Yeah.
Well, you know what's so fascinating? And I see Petro, you're right, which is, really one of the greatest movies ever. What's really coincidental or ironic, however you want to frame it, is that one of the greatest characters in that film, Kevin Spacey, if in real life he was in prison, Cantrell.
Kevin Spacey wasn't in that movie.
Sure, he was. Yeah, he was the main. He was one of the main characters in it.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yep. If he ends up in prison in the real.
Hold on, back up. I think we're across the wires here.
Tim Robbins, Morgan Freeman. Where was Spacey?
Yeah, you're crossed up, brother.
Nope, not at all. Actually, let's pull Jim. Let's.
Well, let me tell you what my favorite prison movie is.
Which one?
The Green Mile.
Oh no, I'm thinking about The Usual Suspects. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Thank you. Yes.
That's not but Usual Suspects is not a prison movie. It's a fucking robbery movie.
No, but they were still in prison though, weren't they?
Dude, I tell you, my memory's bad, but I think you got me whooped today.
Yeah, I think Johnny, I got to go smoke another joint. That'll help me out with that.
Yeah, I mean, well, listen, from someone who loves you, stop saying no. Your hole is getting deeper.
I'm wrong on this one. Okay, so I'll back it up. Hey, so let's keep it rolling here, guys. Routine is not. Yes, I'm getting corrected by my entire. Thanks, Petro. Yes, no space here. I'm being corrected quickly. Routine's not boring, guys. Routine is freedom. It's how you protect your energy, your mental health, and your bank account from chaos. Keith, John, and Michael Control this morning on Mornings in the Live with Keith, John, and friends. Hey, Control, you and Arnold Schwarzenegger, friend?
Yeah, I love all those 80s movies. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes. Johnny, I found something for us, man. Did you know
Did you know Arnold Schwarzenegger pays Warner Bros. $1 a year to keep his Mr. Freeze costume? Since 1987, he has leased the suit for $1 annually so he can keep it physically. The studio keeps the legal title, so it's a personal trophy without full ownership. Multiple outlets back it up, including IMDb and Unilad, so it's not just a rumor. That's your today's Did You Know? Back to Keith and John.
just something for you to take through your day? The guy pays $1 to keep that thing in his collection. That's kind of neat.
It shows what a fucking great businessman he is.
Yes, right?
Yep, absolutely. That's not my favorite character of Schwarzenegger's, but
which
that's
one
pretty
was?
cool.
Which was your favorite character?
I got to go back to Commando. I mean, the original. Oh, man.
Commando.
Yeah, that movie.
For me, it was all the way back to Conan the Barbarian. That was, that was the. I remember there was that certain scene where he was pushing that big. It was called the Conan's wheel, literally.
Yes.
And because we actually they I don't know if it's actually named that, but that's what they call it in strongman. We had to fucking carry that thing, but he's pushing that. And he sticks his fucking head up, and you see him for the first time. He stands up, and you get a look at him.
Iconic.
That right there,
iconic.
Little fucking moment, completely. That's when something in my chest just went.
Me too.
It never changed.
What is greatest in life? To have your enemies driven before you and hear the lamentation of their women.
There we go. Michael Cantrell dropping some Schwarzenegger this morning on the show. That's awesome. Hey, Michael, so let's go into kind of the I don't know, the uncomfortable, goofy part of prison life.
Sure.
Sex.
Okay. It happens. Oh, wow.
So so you said something, earlier on in the show where, guys end up in prison not thinking that they're having to do things. So you said, if I'm sleeping with Johnny and Johnny's carrying a pick, I guess I better carry a pick too, because he might kill me. Let's talk about this kind of stuff too. So I'm not thinking I'm going to prison to have sex, and I'm serious now. If I'm spending 10, 15, 20 years, do I actually fall in love with another man because I want that intimacy? Like, am I oversimplifying it, or talk through that with me if you can?
It's got to be power.
What is it? What is it?
Some of it is. There's everything in prison as far as sex. There's mutual sex. You have guys who fall in love and they have sex. You have prostitutes.
Hold on, but so even though they're not homosexual, they go in heterosexual, and then or is it, or you okay, sure enough.
If you ask them about it, they'll say no. The minute I get out, I'm getting back with a girl, but this is my option right now.
That's
how they kind of do it in their head.
Yes.
That's some of them, not all of them.
Okay.
Of course, there's prostitution that goes on all the time, and then you have.
Hold on, like actually men who are like prostitutes.
Yeah, give me my ass costs you a pack of cigarettes.
Really?
Yeah, or could be anything, but yeah, money, commissary, protection.
Really?
Yep. There's prostitutes. All throughout the prison systems, especially at the higher levels.
Did not know that.
Yeah. And then we have, of course, rape, prison rape. I think that's less than it used to be, but, I don't know.
Okay.
We have the Prison Rape Elimination Act that came out a few years ago. That helps some stuff. But that's a horrible thing for everybody involved, of course, just like any other rape, even in society. And then, of course, you have inmates who manipulate staff for sex. And hopefully that doesn't happen that much. I've dealt with it a few times in my career.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Become clear here. Inmates manipulate staff. Female staff?
Both. I know.
Really?
Yeah, we had a male guard who was manipulated, and he was. Don't ask me to figure this out because I don't know.
No.
But he was doing it for cartons of cigarettes. The inmate was giving him cigarettes.
What? Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Fucking $10 for his ass, huh?
Yep. And there have been, gay relationships between male inmates and male officers. That's happened.
Really?
There's a lot that does happen between the male inmates and the females.
There was a dude that I knew once in the gym, and he was also a Quentin guard because the gym where I trained was only probably 5 miles from Quentin. Right. You know, San Quentin is Marin County. It's in one of the fucking richest counties in the fucking country.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, big fucking dude, but you could tell he was a little off. There was a few guards that would come in. You know, a lot of the guards would come in. They would remind me just of you, right? Like you could. I mean, they're these fucking steadfast. You can tell they understand their role. They're boom. This is what I do. This fucking guy was like. This fucking guy's not going to last long. Well, anyway, from what I heard, I don't fucking know. He got harassed so much, and maybe he got fucking sexually fucking abused, but he then fucked one of the inmates, but it was a control thing. He was like trying to control the inmate, and he did it through fucking just beating him down and fucking and not fucking him.
Yeah, that's happened. What the worst thing that happens to staff
of control, he played. I mean, I guess control. You have control if you see things properly. You're the guy that has the keys, you know. But he somehow got sucked into that culture where, okay, I'm going to play your game. And I was like, God damn, you've really gotten fucking pulled off the deep end for this one. I don't know how true it was. That's what I heard from some of the other guards.
And that's why there is no consensual staff and inmate sex at all, ever.
Of course not. No, because it's power.
Because we always have power. We are in a power position.
Yes.
So even if they say it's consensual, it's not. Just like they had that female prison where they had multiple, the warden and on down, who were having sex with inmates. You know, how does an inmate say no to that?
Well, yeah.
You know, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to get visiting? Am I going to get transferred away from my family? You know, all that stuff would be going through their head.
Speaking of saying no to something, I know if I'm on a freeway and I'm driving my vehicle with Johnny in it and we're just fucking crushing down the freeway and I saw this, I know that I would absolutely do this too. Watch this. This is awesome, man. Wait for it. Yeah, some Dukes of Hazzards are just on the That's awesome.
Whoa. But hold on. How did he clear the fucking the light bar? How did it?
Yeah. Well, this is not AR. This is real. I did the
That's
look.
real.
Yeah.
Because the lower ramp is slightly more inclined than the top of the ramp. That's what it is.
He's lowered it so that he could go pick that up.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Dude, that's fucking nuts that he actually landed and kept driving. Now the question is, did he do that on purpose or was he just fucking asleep at the wheel?
John, do not show this to Terry and give her ideas on the way back to Cali next week.
No.
If there's a beer in the car, I'm pulling over and popping the top on that. You know, I'd be celebrating.
What are the odds of that thing coming down on all four wheels and driving away?
So good. Hey, Michael, did you have a car stereo when you're? So I think we're probably with the same age, the three of us here. Did you have a car stereo when your car control?
I did.
What did you have? An Alpine? Check this out. Remember these?
Oh yeah.
With a beeper.
Yes, remember that?
Right,
Dude. Remember that?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. The beeper. That's my first business ran off a fucking beeper. And I wasn't a drug dealer. That's what I used for. That's what I used for because I mean, dude, I needed a fucking place for people to call me.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a fucking place to live for Christ's sake.
Oh,
What was I
love
gonna do? Give my mom's fucking phone number. It was, as southern in the state. And that beeper is where people. I had a voicemail connected to that beeper.
Yes, I love it.
The thing is, do people even steal stereos anymore?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, maybe in the Carolinas where Dr. John Petrocelli is, maybe they steal the stuff out there. But
dude, I still got in my old Jeep here.
Yeah.
The one we leave here. It's the one where you remove the face.
Yeah, that's awesome.
See, just take the face away. Stick it in your pocket. Nobody wants the fucking part without the face.
Yeah. Michael, this has been awesome, man. You have been this has been a wonderful conversation. I especially enjoyed the first 30 minutes, Anderson, with that light flashing right on your face there, man. That was that was the best part of the show.
I don't think I recorded here at 7:30 in the morning before.
I mean, the thing about it, he muscled through that with the fucking right in his fucking eyeball.
Oh, man, he's fucking awesome. Control, how can folks find you, connect with you? You got a podcast. How can folks connect with you, man? Would you come back, hang with us again sometime?
Absolutely. It's pretty easy to find me. Go to www.theprisonofficer.com. That'll take you to the podcast episodes, and there's links there to get a hold of me and some other stuff, leadership books, that type of stuff. So,
Is there anything we didn't talk about today you want to make sure that we did talk about today? Because this was great, dude.
Oh, I mean, you could talk about prison forever and not cover all of it. And I had 30 years of it. So, I'll come back sometime and we'll finish up whatever else.
Well, I figured since we're in prison and we're talking prison and we're talking people connecting. Hey, John, before you go.
Hey, John, before you go. In 2014, Coca-Cola built a bottle cap you can't open alone. 2 bottles must interlock. They launched it on a campus to break the ice. You literally need another person to twist. It forces a micro interaction. You want the drink, you ask for help. The bottle becomes the conversation. Now it resurfaces in 2026 and gets roasted. People joke, I'll buy 2. Anything to avoid strangers. It's the collision. Brands push connection. Culture optimizes autonomy, speed, and minimal friction in public.
John, what do you hate more? Forced small talk for 5 seconds, or realizing people will pay extra for additional amount of sugar?
So I know we're not big Coke drinkers, but I thought the idea was pretty cool, which was the only way you can open up this bottle is by getting somebody else. And I know the business reasons behind it because they want you to buy 2 of them, but the idea is still pretty neat. So Keith and John go buy each other a Coke, but it can only open with a second Coke. It's pretty cool. Don't you guys think?
I think just the fact that people are avoiding meeting somebody else buying 2 is fucking retarded.
That's why I wrote my book. It's that whole social skills thing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I mean, if you and I were at a Creek party 30 years ago and we had 2 Cokes and a bottle of Jack Daniels, we'd figure out how to get together and get them open, right?
Oh, this is so good. Hey, Control, what do you got going on today when you get out of here?
Oh, I'm headed to Little Rock to go teach pepperball. That's what I do in my spare time. I'm an instructor with corrections and police officers, and I get to hang out with them, and that's always cool. I like seeing them still.
Awesome. What about you, Johnny? What do you got going on today, brother?
I got a fun day. I got I'm doing my next right after this is filming with Ben.
Nice.
Then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a nap right after that. Then I'll get out and handle business. Taryn, I'll go to the gym, play pickleball.
Yeah.
I got some client calls in the afternoon, and then I think I'm gonna probably put down some life expectancy work.
Nice. Yes. We are big proponents, Control, about life expectancy work because we know science tells us the more sex we have, whether it's with ourselves or with our partners, we live longer. So, those inmates that are getting after longer just live longer in jail.
Live longer. Have you typed your life expectancy into AI yet? I did that the other day because I read it in an article. It'll tell you how long you're supposed to live.
There you go. I love it. Michael, thanks for hanging out with us today. Johnny, stick around for a quick second. Michael, thanks for hanging out with us today. We'll do it again, okay?
Thank you, Michael.
Awesome.
Have a great day, guys.
You too, man. Take care. Cheers. All right. John, that was fun, man. That was awesome. I know we all know prison guys, but when you start talking to somebody who actually lives it and works it for so many years, it just makes me curious. It really does.
It's a very different world in there. We're really not exposed to.
No. I think the one sad part for me as a human when I hear people, either police officer or prison guard, is I get sad when I hear about the cynicism that envelopes them as they go through life, right? Because you're just exposed to all the crappy shit. So I really
changes people.
Yes, I really enjoyed his positivity, and I really enjoyed his outlook on things because clearly at least in the show here, it seems like he's got past that. But you're right, that cynicism changed people for sure.
Yeah, my brother-in-law for sure. I mean, it's changed him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Still
yeah.
a sweet guy.
Yeah,
but it's definitely changed him.
Well, and I've known a few people it's changed as well. So, man, what a great conversation with Michael Cantrell. And Good Time says my father retired from that in 1987. Oh wow, Good Time. So you certainly had a view into that world. Yeah, for sure. Johnny, fun show, man. A lot of fun clips, a lot of fun conversations, and we started off with some laughter, and we ended up with some laughter. And before you know it, 22 hours from now, Groundhog Day resumes again with you and me on the big show.
That's it, baby.
All right,
It's crazy. It really is Groundhog. I had no fucking clue.
Yes, the only reason I know is because I put a show together every day, and I'm like, oh, it's Groundhog Day today, so we're going to talk about it. And we got a nice little thumbnail of you and I holding a groundhog, like Sterling and Preston holding pitcher. It's funny because Kai just says in the comments, she says, why does this Coke intro make Preston and Sterling look more gay?
See, it's not just me.
And it's okay if everybody is. We got no problems with it. It's all good. It's all good. All right, brother. I got some coffee from you. You have yourself an awesome day today. A lot of love, and we'll see you in less than 22 hours.
Have a good loop, my brother.
You betcha, pal. All right, Anderson's out of here. Oh, my goodness. Good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with the handsome chief, Michael Cantrell. No! I'm the handsome chief, Keith Bellis, with you guys here live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. And we're going to get into some morning focus. I got a little bit of a monologue I'm going to put on the table here today about the AI agentic world that we are moving into that people really have no clue. Yep. And really it all spurned from my experience this weekend with Moltbook, the Facebook, the Reddit for AI agents. And, some of it is perhaps being led by humans. Some of it's being led autonomously. But what it did for me was it opened my eyes to the possibilities of what is around the corner. And what is around the corner is scary to many people, scary to me who's working in it, living in it, and building in it. And I thought I could put something on the table that might open people's eyes to the world of agents and the world that the internet and AI and I think the future is going to, how it's all going to come together here. So, Jimmy, what do I got? About 40 seconds, I think, probably for this intro, because I'm going to go do an empty situation over here. 54. Awesome. Well, I can get it done in 54. Let's run it. Morning focus. AI agents, they're everywhere. They're going to change the world. Coming up, the monologue in less than a minute.
Most software isn't software. It's dashboards. It's a slow hostage situation with 12 drop-downs. You think you're data-driven. You're not. You're babysitting a database and calling it strategy. You pull a report you don't trust, then build a deck to defend it. That's analytics theater. Agents change the deal. They reconcile records. They spot anomalies. They trigger workflows without your clicking. But autonomy needs rules. Junk data plus permission equals disaster. This is a trust problem first. So morning focus is simple. Stop worshiping dashboards. Start building responsible autonomy, humans first.
Look, I'm going to say something that's going to annoy a lot of software people that build. But most software we are using right now is actually not just software. Think about it, look at it. It's just an interface. It's a dashboard with all the data behind it. It's just tabs, it's filters. It's actually just 12 drop downs and a refresh button that makes you feel like you're doing work. When you think about it, you're watching your work. And then all of us sit there and we pretend that it's progress. Yeah, the dashboard looks great. Hey, did you update the dashboard? Yeah, the dashboard's awesome. And then we've been taught that it is data-driven. But what it really is actually human-powered analytics theater. Yeah, let's just say that again. It's actually not progress. It's human-powered analytics theater. Because the truth is this. The modern worker today has become a part-time database operator. Think about it. Oh, did I offend you? Because, oh, no, I'm doing real work. No, you're not, actually. You're not. You're doing a lot of meaningless work. How do I know? Because I've been building it. Here's what I know about you. You wake up, you open your laptop, and your day becomes, all right, what's the metric? You know, I would like to say, oh, what's in my inbox? That's somebody else's task list. Yeah, you got your CRM, you got your finance, and it's just a dashboard here, a dashboard there. And you ask yourself, which dashboard has the truth? Well, is the CRM up to date? We hired somebody just to update the CRM. And then it's like, wait. Why does finance say that one thing and sales says another? Like, who owns this dashboard is often the question. And I saw it building ICUC. And it's like, hey, could somebody just pull a report for us? And then here's the best part. And I love this one. You build the deck. Yeah. You build the deck to explain the report that you pulled from the dashboard you don't trust. Think about that for a second. How many of you people are going through work today building decks on dashboards you don't trust because nobody put the data in properly? That is not the future of work. No, nation. That actually, slow motion hostage situation. Yeah, true story. Here's where it is going. And how do I know? Because I'm building it. I'm right in the middle of it. And I'm just trying to share this with everybody so y'all not surprised in the future when the handsome chief said, hey, I was telling you guys, I'm warning you. And I'm especially warning my 35 to 55-year-old humans that are paying attention to the show. Listen to me abso-fucking-lutely clearly with what I'm going to say next. Autonomous AI agents operating on your databases are about to become the future of your business. Not AI inside your app, not a chatbot widget. No, actual agent that you think is a human that's actually doing work. How do I know? I built them. I'm using them. I'm doing them. I've seen it in action. We all seen it this weekend on Multibook. Agents that just don't show you the data. No. Agents that actually do the work, read the database, reconcile the records, spotting the anomalies, updating the fields, messaging the right people, building the reports, triggering the workflow, scheduling the and then generating all the summaries. It's like Kai said to me yesterday, but Keith, what are we all going to do as humans? That's the problem. True story. But you know what these agents replace? The apps, the dashboards, all the clicking that we do. Yeah. Because all that clicking and dashboards will all be done eventually by the agents. And all that, hey, can you run that report busy work? Well, because the interface stops being the product, the agent is the product. I know it's hard for us to wrap our head around that, but I'll offer you something else. It's very clear to me what the future of interface is. It's very clear to me what the future of interacting with software is. Would you like me to tell you? I'm doing it right now. I'm speaking. That is the future of the software interface because the agent is the product, the human, the agent that replaces the human. It's like talking to your human. You are not going to go into software anymore. No. And here's the thing, Jimmy. They just think I'm just some fucking rattling dude rattling off shit that I don't know. That's fine. But I'm just telling you, it's happening. It's coming. It's here right now. Software that comes to you. And you say, here's what I'm trying to accomplish. Better yet, it knows your intent. And the agent says, got it. I'll handle the system. Hey, build my show. Sure, I'll do it for you. Would you like an example, nation? I'll tell you right now. So we have guests on our show. Michael Cantrell. Well, so that's typically a human role. Well, we created an agent called the ANBot to do that. What's the ANBot do? Looks for the humans, verifies the humans, scores the humans, creates the content to reach out to the humans, actually reaches out to the human, invites the human to the show, follows up with the human after the show, and does all the work that a human used to do. Now, I'm not saying I don't want humans. No. But if you are that 30 to 40 to 55-year-old human being that's worried about your future, and if you're not paying attention to what I'm saying, you are not going to have a job very soon. Let me explain why. Because the moment that Kai or Jimmy or somebody shows up at the table with all these agents doing all these skills they didn't have yesterday is the moment you, my friend, become quickly irreplaceable. I'm sorry, quickly replaceable. Yeah, but I know how to build a spreadsheet. Good for you. I can build a spreadsheet, World Doc app. I can do all these things in 3 minutes with my agents. And if you think that's far away, let me be more than blunt. The only reason this hasn't already taken over is because most companies' data is a mess. And it takes some time to organize it all. And nobody wants an AI rummaging through a junk drawer with permissions to move things around, which is why this isn't just an AI problem. It's a trust problem, a governance problem. It's a what's the source of truth problem. And that's where people like me get obsessed, because I live inside this chaos of this show. I built a company moderating content, building communities before Twitter was even Twitter. I'd like to think I have a little bit of an idea of what I'm talking about, which is what I'm sharing with you right now. And I've watched what happens when you scale systems without clarity, without accountability, without humans first. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this very, very clearly, whether you want to pay attention to me or not. The next era isn't about building prettier dashboards. If you're worried today about your dashboard, your Excel spreadsheet, you're worrying about all the wrong stuff right now. You're doing all the wrong things, because it's actually about building responsible autonomy, an agent that can act on behalf of you, but acts inside the rules, that inside the guardrails, inside the values, inside your culture. Because the autonomy without intention is just automated stupidity at scale. Look at Moltbook. So when I say that agents are the future, I'm not talking about magic. I'm talking about something very real happening right now in the world. A new layer between humans and databases. I can see the world clearly more than ever. You're going to have a capable human that's going to have a bunch of additional enhanced skills through their agents. And if you, as that 40 or 50 or 55-year-old man, is going through your career and ignoring everything I said, you wait till that 20, 25-year-old human comes up and says, hey, I can do all that. He can't, she can't, I'll do the job. That is where people are going to be quickly reminded that we need to continue learning. And that's exactly what we are building with Conversation OS right here in the lab. Not a dashboard farm. It's not a SaaS tool that adds more tabs to our people's life. It's the operating system for live, human-first execution powered by agents. Because here's the big idea that many folks are not wrapping their heads around. The conversations you have are data. The decisions you make are data. The commitments you make are data. The accountability you make is data. But most companies, we let these things die in meetings, vanishing into Slack, rotting into notes, getting followed up with, next week. We'll get to it maybe the following week. But in our world we're building here, a conversation is an event that becomes structured knowledge. That knowledge becomes the action. And then when you have an agent as part of your team, it's listening to the conversation, extracting what matters, updating, assigning, and keeping the entire loop alive. So nobody's saying, hey, could somebody send me the recap? Hey, why is the dashboard not up to date? No more of this, hey, let's circle back. No, circle back is what people say when they don't have the engine. And at Mornings in the Lab, that's where we prove this entire thing live daily. Because live isn't just entertainment for us, live is the lab environment. It's where we test the future in public, where we're building a world where a live show isn't just content. No, it's an operating layer. It's a signal engine, a decision engine, a momentum engine. And the system you're building and you're working on with those agents, they don't judge you. Those agents don't shame you. Those agents just go, all right, what's the next step? I'll do it for you. True story. And that's the future that I'm looking forward to being a part of. Less performative productivity, less dashboard worship, less fake control. More momentum, more truth, more leaning into the results of a situation instead of the pretend busy work of what somebody's not actually doing. More humans actually doing the work that matters. Because if software is supposed to help us, well then, why does it feel like we as the humans are actually the assistants? Think about that. So, yeah, dashboards, they're dead. I could see a world of dumb databases connected by a series of agents. Trust me when I say this, apps are largely going to become invisible or not in the same way that we have used them for the last 25 years. Agents are the new interface. Trust me on this one. Not hyperbole, not a fiction, not some kind of science fiction. Agents are the interface. Human conversation with an agent is the interface. And we're not waiting for that future because we're building it every single day here, live, in public, every morning. Humans first, always. Now, as I wrap up this monologue and you kind of sit back and wonder, is he talking bullshit? No, Petro, I'm not. Is he talking real? Oh, I'm talking real. Because the question you have to ask yourself is this, especially if you are a man in our demographic. How much of your day is actually spent doing the work? Or how much time is spent navigating the software that claims it's helping you do the work?
What if the trait most men chase last is the one that quietly decides everything else? Today's Community Corner runs straight at that question, then drops into a raw rebuild story. From someone who's been to the edge and back. Power, pressure, control, and the seasons that test who you really are. Stick with us, because this one challenges how you define strength, success, and staying in the fight.
All right. Good Time says, you think they will go to universal income with the AI takeover? It certainly is an interesting question that I think many societies are going to ask themselves as we move through the next decade or so. Because it's, I was asked the question yesterday by our very own producer, Kai. I was just like, who's going to do what are the humans going to do? And unless you're working in this space, it's really difficult to wrap your head around that question because you think to yourself, well, what we've been doing for the last 100 years. But y'all just not understanding. There was that industrial revolution. A lot of people got left behind. And it took some time to roll out as the industrial revolution happened. Well, this revolution ain't waiting around. It's happening fast. Those 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, I love all you guys, these 20, 30-year-olds, but you're going to be knocking on the doors of those 40, 50, 60-year-olds, and we're going to be hearing the comments, Good Time, of, it's ageism, it's ageism, it's ageism. No, it's actually not ageism, my peers. It's y'all are ignorant of what's around you. It's y'all are ignorant to what's coming around you. It's all are ignorant because you don't want to learn. I got to think, Good Time, it's like when the WWWs came out there back in the 90s. Hey, the internet's coming. I'm going to ignore it. I'm just going to stay to my encyclopedias and books. I'll tell you right now, as a peer in our group, I didn't ignore it. I leaned into the internet, changed my life, changed my family's life. So what am I doing with this? Leaning into this as well. So I cannot encourage you enough. I cannot implore you enough that if you are working for the next 10, 15 years of your life, lean into, learn, find the skills, and not just chat GPT having a conversation. No, it's not 2023 anymore. That's like saying, hey, I just got my iPhone 3G and I got my first app. No, this is the year of agents that are going to replace you if you don't do something about it. And to me, what is about doing something about it is learning how to use the agents to enhance your skills. Because guys like me that are hiring people with those skills. I can see the question. Let's do a role play. Hey, Jimmy. Yeah. Tell me your skills with AI. Well, I can do this. I can do this. Hey, Kai, what's your skills? Well, I can do this. And now I bring Cantrell on, 50 years old. Hey, Mike, what can you do? I can only do this. I don't got a choice. How could I be a responsible business owner and hire the guy who has all the experience, but he doesn't have the skills for the future? So guys, I cannot implore you enough to go and learn, understand, build, play with, invite, create the idea of an AI agent. Hey guys, we're going to keep the conversation rolling here in the community corner. Maya Reyes introduced us. We're going to get into YouTube, the power under command that beats loud masculinity every time. In a sharp, no-nonsense video, Connor Beaton from Man Talks, he reframes masculinity with a line that sticks. Well, self-control is the primary masculine trait. Not dominance, not confidence, but control. And he argues that masculinity is a force, an aggression, an ambition, a sexual energy that either gets disciplined into leadership or it leaks into chaos. That real strength, Connor says, moves quietly. It pauses before reacting, trains the body to hold pressure. It channels intensity into mastery and stops begging the crowd for validation. Men who master themselves become trustworthy, steady, and dangerous only when necessary. So ask yourself this, guys. In a sharp, no-nonsense world, reframing masculinity with a line that sticks, it's all about the self-control being that primary masculine trait. All right, let's get on over here to our next one, which is Substack. Your failure isn't the finale, it's the forge. In a deeply personal Substack piece, former lab guest Ronell Richards. What's going on, Ronell? What's shaking, brother? He gets vulnerable. Ronell shares a season when his business collapsed and his identity went with it, forcing him to confront that pain he once judged in others. And the survival didn't come from one breakthrough moment, but from daily discipline. Living in those 24-hour windows, tracking small good moments, training his body, protecting kids, and staying connected to people who understand. Well, Ronell frames failure as a forge, not a verdict. I like to frame failure as a learning. And the question that Ronell leaves us with is this. If this season is shaping you, well, think about it. When the season's over, who are you choosing to become on the other side of the season? Oh, I love the next one. Moving on over to LinkedIn. There's nothing on LinkedIn because it's all AI slop. True story. Man, if you spent any time on LinkedIn these days, and we spend a lot of time on there, there is a major distraction of value. It has become predictable. It's become the same. And it's become a repetitive space of non-stop slop. And why do I call it slop? Because I believe it's been created without intention. So, no stuff on LinkedIn. Maya Reyes, are you on LinkedIn? Let's get out of here this morning in the lab.
Self-control gives your power direction. Hard seasons give your character depth. Put them together and you get a man who doesn't crack under pressure, he gets forged by it. Nation, sit with that today. Where are you tightening your command? And where are you letting the fire do its work?
This is the kind of show you guys should be expecting from us on a daily basis. Shout out to my team. Hey, you guys hear it when I bitch and complain about my team, so you guys got to hear when I congratulate my team. Great job, you guys. Awesome job pulling the show together today. I suspect that there was some nerves going into the show, but you guys did an extremely awesome job pulling it together. Good job bringing that Binance feature up there. We did not have that words of wisdom piece prepared. I knew it was there. You guys grabbed it. We threw it up there. Great show, guys. Jimmy, Kai on the buttons, on the words. Great job pulling this thing one together. Awesome work. And so I'm just telling you now. So tomorrow, if it's shitty, I got a good day on the book. So we got a positive one here. We got Sullivan saying, "Hey Keith, it starts with joy. It starts Friday 8:30." No, it starts with joy. It starts this Wednesday, February 4th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. And that'll be right during the middle of our Mornings in the Lab show. Hey, Jimmy, I got an idea, man. Here's what I'm thinking, Jimmy. During our show, you know what we can do, actually? You know how you can do share screen here in the bottom? We could actually share our screen and peer into... No, Jimmy, you're going to be working her show. Yes, you are. Jimmy's going to be on Cheryl's buttons on Wednesday. Oops. But Kai's going to be here. So, Kai, you mean Melissa. We could actually peer into Jimmy's and Cheryl's world on Wednesday. We could do a share screen. We could actually stream in Cheryl's show on our show Wednesday morning. Think about that, Jimmy. Kai, could be fun. Yeah, true story. All right, so yes, Sully, that's just Wednesday coming up here. Looking forward to that one. That's gonna be fun. And then Good Time says my wife works in a place that works with the military contractors. They won't allow the AI in the building. I believe that, but I do wonder this, Good Time. I wonder how many people have those apps on their phones or on their machines, but nobody tells them. Oh yeah, no, it's not on my phone. Yeah, you sure? I see it on your phone. All right, guys, a lot of fun here today. Michael Cantrell was here today. We had a fucking great show, man. What a lot of fun here today. Let's get to the outro so I can get us out of here this morning. Let's see here. Woo! Moltbook. Yes, we talked about Moltbook, the social network run by bots. Hang on that one for a second. I was excited to throw that one to Johnny because he's like, what? Yeah. A social network run by bots. Done. Period. Hang on that one. Go check it out. Google DeepMind Open Project Genie. We showed you guys where we're headed. Yes, we've created a cast of characters on our show, not for you guys to watch, but for us to engage with in the future. So Good Time, Sullivan, imagine we're going to be meeting Frankie and Tommy in the future. Center stage, we had Michael Cantrell, who walked us through nearly 3 decades inside maximum security prisons. We kicked it off with a conversation with Justin Bieber. He was on the Grammys last night on stage in his underwear, reinventing himself, as a lot of men like to try to do. Well, he did it last night. And deep dive going on the Groundhog Day edge and why the morning loop, this idea of a repetitive state, drives success in your life. Coming up tomorrow, Alan Baker. Oh, baby. This is a wild one. Rowdy Kid became the man training some of the most elite bodyguards on the planet. 40 plus years in martial arts, real world defensive tactics, and lessons from high stakes environments that translate directly into leadership, discipline, and mastery. And then we got tomorrow, No Safe Words of Brianna Bass, the chore play myth. Why cleaning the kitchen won't get you laid. And what actually will. We're going to talk relationships. We're going to talk attraction, resentment, accountability, and the stuff that nobody wants to say out loud, but everybody feels, especially when we feel like we're living with our partner as a roommate. All right, guys, you know where we are? Right here, live, 8 o'clock, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Tomorrow. Let's get after it, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow, right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.